He's doing this for the culture, bro.
He is doing it for the culture. Welcome to Yellow Brick Road. I am Jordan, and today we're going to watch Ben Shapiro take down Tucker Carlson and I assume Nick Fuentes and possibly Candace Owens in a video
sabotages America.
That is your title. But before we get started, do not forget to share, support, hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Also, please check out the Discord link if you want to join that. All opinions are welcome. Exactly. You can become famous, be in a video one day. you know. So please, all opinions welcome, just nothing pornographic or grotesque. And obviously, exactly. Obviously, everything I show you will be linked in the description box. So if you don't want to hear us talking or pausing the video or talking over the video, you just want to hear the straight up content, it is in the description box. Where am I at now? That was under a minute. 52-second mark. I mentioned, hey guys, you don't want to hear us talk, go watch it in the description box. You can go find it. I will link everything to you. So please take advantage of that.
Or you can stop being a bitch.
Hey, stop being a bitch too. That works as well. But before we get started with this, I just wanted to kind of juxtapose these next to each other because it's kind of interesting. See, breaking report: Nancy Pelosi, 85 years old, will not seek re-election in 2026, marking the end of her time in Congress. It's like this should have happened.
15 years ago.
This should have happened a long
40
time ago.
Someone should have stopped her in college. Like, don't run for politics. Stay out.
Boo, Nancy. Boo. Boo.
But if I put it next to this, it looks kind of crazy, doesn't it? President Donald Trump endorses Andrew Cuomo, warns he'll withhold federal funds if Zoran Mamdani wins. So it's like,
yeah, he's been saying that though.
I understand, but like when you put them next to each other, it's like
next to each other.
Don't the Republicans exactly? Don't Republicans like cheer for this lady to go away? But then this guy cheers for someone like her, Andrew Cuomo, to stick around. That is crazy.
Interesting.
He's a communist, Jordan. You know.
It's a big club, and you ain't in it.
Nope.
Apparently.
Well, that is a good question. The second lady asked.
Ah.
Why doesn't Donald Trump come to NY or NJ in person to campaign? There's two, the dude here in New Jersey. This dude is gargling Trump's nuts. We'll come to see him, bro.
That's a good question.
Let me throw this out there. That is a good point. But Chuck Schumer, right? We all know Trump hates Chuck Schumer, right, guys?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I hate Chuck Schumer. He's bad. He's a Palestinian.
Right.
Now what if AOC runs against him?
Those are his words.
He'll hug Chuck Schumer.
What if AOC runs against Chuck Schumer?
Voting coming. Come out of the woodwork.
And this is not love for Zoran or AOC. It's just to point it out to you guys. Like, there's like a pecking order and a quote unquote establishment.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
who's more threatening to the way the status quo and the way things are, which is working for most of these people, versus that not being as predictable, which is a problem for people like.
Who's a bigger potential threat to power? Who's a bigger potential threat?
Neither.
None of the above.
Neither. Yeah, none of the above. Exactly.
None of the above. No. Like on the surface, there's no way. Especially with people with Trump fans crying about, oh, Israel. Like Zoran would be on paper your person for that, and a lot of these people don't live in New York anyways. So, but I'm just saying, like the old, tired, cobwebbed establishment people like Cuomo and Pelosi that Trump claims to have the biggest fights against are actually closer to him than they are to these other characters, right? So that's kind of crazy to look at.
Hell yeah.
Certainly a lot.
That's definitely putting them next to each other. That's exactly. But they're just their ideologies and everything, like the systems they stand for or a part of, are so much closer together. So to point that out right now is very interesting. And like you said, Pelosi should have been gone eons ago. So why now?
Yo, Allie, stop talking, man. You guys talk too much. Play the video.
What was the? Isn't there a lady that has?
My man is disrespecting you.
Nah, somebody told us that.
Yeah, don't disrespect me. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
But it's Anthony, so we're gonna have to let that disrespect slide.
Stop talking.
He's mocking Nick fans. Not New York
I
Knicks.
don't care. I'm just pissed. Okay, very defensive right
But
now.
the gay
Fine.
kid in Chicago, that Nick.
We're not gay in Chicago. So we're not special like you.
I am.
You're a gay kid from Chicago? You're a gay kid from
Yeah,
Chicago?
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
am.
god!
Oh, God. In my basement.
Oh god!
But isn't there a lady that someone said has like early onset dementia or some shit, and she's still running for office again? Is that a story? I heard someone say. I can't confirm it, but I heard.
I'm
someone
blanking on
mention
her
something.
name, but I know who you're talking about.
Like an older black lady. I forgot her fucking name.
Maxine
From
Waters?
California?
It's not Maxine Waters.
Yeah, her.
No,
okay.
it's like someone with shorter hair.
Maxine ain't never going down.
Yeah, these fools are like somehow they get voted in. They're just here forever. Like, how does that happen?
It's forever. I don't know.
Like, why have elections? Like, what are we? Whatever. Maybe someone in the comments can correct us. But either way, let's get into the main video here today. Ben Shapiro. And I say, without further ado, let's jump into this. Ben Shapiro. Tucker Carlson sabotages America. Watch it start with an advertisement. I'm going to freak out. Here we go.
Hey, folks, I want to do something different.
Hey, we're going to get 5 ads in
volume's
as
horrendous.
many minutes.
In depth. That topic is, I think, the most important thing happening in the country. It was a hot topic last week, but I wanted to take some time to really gather my thoughts and speak on it in coherent fashion, holistic fashion. That topic is the fragmentation of the political right. That fragmentation is being caused purposefully by a splinter faction of people led by a young man named Nick Fuentes. They call themselves the Groypers. They are white supremacists. They hate women, Jews, Hindus, many types of Christians, brown people of a wide variety of backgrounds, blacks, America's foreign policy,
We
and
know
America's
you only care about
Constitution.
one, Brent. Keep it a buck.
Well, as of late, hasn't Nick been moving closer and closer towards the traditional right wing? I'd say even like neocon sounding. So,
well, if this guy was smart, he put the mixtape out.
Well, yeah, exactly. But Ben and Nick actually agree about like the video I just did about South America. These two guys agree on that shit as far as like what policy should be, which is American dominance over South America. And
fucking Monroe Doctrine.
Yeah, nigga, you better keep your Yankee ass out of my country, nigga.
Who?
From Canada, bro.
Talk about Jordan.
Good Canada.
Nah, you can take over Canada, nigga. I don't give a fuck. 1980.
Either way.
You take Canada over tomorrow, I wouldn't fucking care. I'd be like, yeah, come on in, nigga.
The UK wants them. We don't care. Keep them, UK. All yours. Anyways, let's hit play. Here we go.
Admire Hitler and Stalin.
What?
And that splinter faction is now being facilitated and normalized within the mainstream Republican Party. The main agent in that normalization is Tucker Carlson, who is an intellectual coward, a dishonest interlocutor, and a terrible friend. And Tucker Carlson last week was aided and celebrated for normalizing Nazism within the Republican Party by the mainstay organization of the traditional right, the Heritage Foundation. Now, before we explain what's been happening, let's make one thing clear. This is not about free speech or cancellation. It was never about free speech or cancellation. Free speech has a definition, the right to speak free of governmental coercion. I believe in it, of course. I've always defended it. Criticism of bad speech is, in fact, just a form of free speech. Cancellation
one definition, free all
banning
speech.
of particular people, including people like
from communism is based.
Facebook.
That's right. Communist, nigga. We rock that flag.
Or we'll have a communist little argument later when I play the Timmy video. Ian finally stands up for himself against Tim.
He's presenting this like educational content. Like,
well,
like you said, super Prager you. Prager
Ben Shapiro likes murder. He likes to kill people for fun. Hi, I'm Dennis Prager.
Sorry.
That's good.
His colloquial name is Benocide Shapiro now, right?
Benocide.
I'm only mad I didn't think of that first.
Holy shit, that's funny.
Now, I assume Ben's going to give us some...
I've seen conservatives call him that.
Well, Ben's like, listen, the whole conservative thing has quite shifted, and especially with the whole Israel thing going on, there's plenty of people, even before that, people were like, fuck you, Ben Shapiro, I'm leaving, what you're doing over here. That's been going on. But he made a little bit more of a resurgence if I had to get, like, honestly, like throwing his hat into this part of the discussion. Like Candace versus Ben versus Tucker versus this, yeah, like that whole thing. It's free views, it's free money, bro, and it's free clout. And Ben's ready to ride that wave. Pause. But let's give him a chance to. I assume he's going to give us video evidence of Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, and Nick Fuentes betraying America. Here we go.
I believe that Nick Fuentes is odious and despicable, but I've never called for his cancellation. And in fact, I've called for his restoration to those services, despite the fact that I think he's odious and despicable. It is not cancellation to draw moral lines between viewpoints. In fact, we used to call that one of the key aspects of conservatism. It is not cancellation to refuse to signal boost Hitler's supporters like Nick Fuentes. It is not cancellation to criticize Tucker Carlson for rhetorically fluffing Nick Fuentes and other anti-American crackpots. It's not cancellation to urge others to stop promoting those who rhetorically fluff Nazi apologists. Those are all elements of free speech. And anyone who says differently is lying to you, and lying for the most cynical reasons to misdirect from their own defense of those Nazi apologists and their promoters. The issue here isn't that Tucker Carlson had Nick Fuentes on his show last week. He has every right to do that, of course. The issue here is that Tucker Carlson decided to normalize and fluff Nick Fuentes, and that the Heritage Foundation then decided to robustly defend that performance. Those who criticize both Tucker and Heritage aren't canceling. They are quite properly drawing a moral line. So, for those who don't understand what's going on, let's begin with Nick Fuentes. Now, as I mentioned, last week, Tucker Carlson had on Nick Fuentes. Fuentes is a 27-year-old man who's dubbed himself the leader of a movement called the Groypers. He has a large audience of alienated young white men in particular, and he's earned increased media attention over the course of the past few years, especially over the last year. Now, from Tucker Carlson's interview, you might have gathered that Fuentes has some borderline views on race, a peculiar obsession with what he calls...
I'm just saying, it's like, I'm surprised he's reviewing this as if like most of his audience doesn't already know who they are. It's just like more reasserting for himself and for future views. Just, yeah,
I wonder
it's
who
interesting.
Ben thinks his audience is.
Right. That's what, yeah, it's like, do you know who you're talking to? They already know about this shit. Why are you like reintroducing it? Unless you've got a new audience or you're pandering to them. Not pandering,
He
curating,
does not
I
have
guess.
the big normie audience he had like maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
That's
just a thought I had.
gone.
Right. They've gone into Nick Fuentes land, many of them.
This might be
I don't know.
the highest.
Most of them realized that Ben was full of shit, and but yes, a bunch of them have gone into Fuentes territory.
Yeah, I mean, this might be the biggest.
Imagine losing audience to Nick Fuentes.
Yeah.
And then bitch about it.
Well, there's that, but it's like I have to look at the audience every time. Like, guys, you're not. I don't think you're winning on either team here. And why are you playing teams? Like, just hear out the arguments. Who's correct? Who's incorrect on all of it? Why are we on teams about it? But this is politics, and people play teams. So I guess it's gonna be like a 3-act video here, where it's Nick, Tucker, and Candace. Probably. I think I saw some of her. I think I saw some of Ben on her live stream today.
So, we got Nicky tucking candy over
she was
here.
Playing him. Yeah, she was playing old footage.
Ben just emphasized that this topic is about who has the moral ground.
Yes.
With this book right there talking about lions and scavengers, true story of America.
I ain't got no morals.
The answer is D. None of the above.
I'm the most moral motherfucker there is. I don't give a fuck.
Got no more. I don't give a fuck. Back to you, Ben Shapiro.
Here's more Ben. So yeah, okay. Once again, he's just saying part 1 here. Nick Fuentes. Here we go.
He has a large audience of alienated young white men in particular, and he's earned increased media attention over the course of the past few years, especially over the last year. Now, from Tucker Carlson's interview, you might have gathered that Fuentes has some borderline views on race, a peculiar obsession with what he calls organized Jewry, and a rather sad relationship with the female sex. But probably you came away feeling that, for the most part, Fuentes lives on the radical edge of normality.
Damn.
You think that if you watch the interview, because Tucker Carlson decided that it was important not only to host Fuentes, but to smooth over his views, water them down, and make them far more palatable to a normal audience. As we'll discuss in a bit, this is what Tucker Carlson does for a living. But back to Nick Fuentes.
I got another
To understand
question.
just what Tucker
Who
did
does he
here.
think Tucker Carlson's audience is at this point?
Seriously, it's a great question.
That's just as interesting.
I mean, Ben became a kind of a no-go zone. Like, you're just trash, and they ended up switching to other places. And Candace and Tucker and even Nick are beneficiaries of that.
Yes.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, Ben Shapiro's
yes, absolutely.
He's washed up. He's a has-been.
Yeah, and he knows
his time
this.
came and went 10 fucking years ago.
You say that, Joe, but I'm telling you right now, him throwing his name in the middle of this, like really like going at it, is going to, he's going to get a lot of views. It could be mostly haters, but he's still going to like retain audience members now. Like, hey, you're going to bring up Nick now, huh? Or they're going to be in the comments saying, fuck you, Ben, we don't like you. But it gets them to show up, right? They show up anyway.
Hell yeah. Just watch him and shit on him. Yeah. He jumped right in, didn't he? He acted like he was like above the fray for a while.
Yeah, but here's the thing. He's going to have ammo. We've heard things that Nick has said. We've heard things that Candace has said. Tucker maybe not so much, but definitely Candace and Nick. You can make mixtapes on these fools say some wild ass shit. Nick more so than anyone else. So he's going to have some ammo. And then he's going to be like, yo, Tucker, you're hanging out with the guy that was saying shit like this? What's going on? So then he has ammo in that way.
What are you doing? Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like, I'm just saying, guys.
Okay.
I'm not picking sides here at all. I'm just saying, like, what could happen. So, all right, let's keep it rolling. Here's more of Big Ben. Here we go.
And make them far more palatable to a normal audience. As we'll discuss in a bit, this is what Tucker Carlson does for a living. But back to Nick Fuentes. To understand just what Tucker did here, we must actually examine what Nick Fuentes says on his show and has said for almost a decade. Because he was asked precisely 0 questions about any of what you're about to see by Tucker Carlson.
The mixtape.
Nick Fuentes says women want to be raped.
A lot of women want to be raped. And when I say raped, I mean like, that sounds bad when I say it like that. But there's a lot of women that really want
Nick, it does.
to beat the shit out of them.
No.
But also they have to pretend. But
Nick is like somebody turned Nick is like somebody turned most of 4chan's major boards into a person.
Seriously.
I mean, let's hear it. Let's hear it all out. So, you guys are talking over it. Yeah. Here we go. There's no mistake.
A lot of women want to be raped. And when I say raped, I mean like
woman advice from Nick.
As I say that,
when I say it like that. But there's like a lot of women that really want a guy to beat the shit out of them. But also they have to pretend. But part of it is they have to pretend like they don't.
Nick Fuentes says that his
does he mean just like being rough or something? Is that what he mean? Yes. They want to be raped. I don't know how you draw that.
I'm pretty sure it means exactly what he said. You can play it back, but I'm pretty sure it's...
Yeah.
My ultimate I'm kind of giving away my ultimate conclusion about Nick up front, but I think it's an act entirely.
I think a lot of it is
like
acting.
Yeah. Like him even saying that line, I feel like he was like surprised at him. I mean, I'm speculating, but like his face, like, wow, it sounds bad when I say it. Like, yeah, it does. Maybe you've not said that out loud before, type of shit. Like that's where I'm like, do you really believe that? But the scary thing is there's many people that do believe that. That's the problem. But I don't know if he believes that. That's the scary part though.
I think Nick fell into this when he figured out that there's a small but very visible crowd of weird people who buy into this shit, and maybe he's in a little too deep now to really leave.
Well,
so he's trying to keep the game going as long as he possibly can.
I mean, at that point where he's in like there's no rumble around, he's in like a weird spot, right? So he has like probably a cult following, right? He's like, oh, I'm not, like, maybe in his mind, he's like, I'm not going anywhere, you know? I'm like stuck here. I can't become mainstream. I can't, run for office. I can't, X, Y, or Z, right? And he's just saying things out loud, not realizing someone is going to make a mixtape out of this.
Yeah.
Now, It reminds me of, the frat boy saying the N-word when no one's around. Like, see, like giggling with each other. We said the word. That's what it reminds me of. Like, we're in our little corner. We're saying these naughty things. And, no one can.
Yeah, it's like,
something can
you
happen from
said
it.
it. Yeah,
Exactly.
like, yeah, you said it, little boy. You did, didn't you? Fucking weirdo.
Yeah. And it's probably actually like kind of a playoff of the. So I'm guessing that clip is from around like the 2016 Culture Warrior fucking shit, and the idea of believe women and Me Too and all this stuff, right?
Yep.
I'm almost sure he's answering a question about that. He's like, well, women do want like, they want to be
like it
treated like
rough.
this. Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. It's in line with those like talking points. They do kind of like it. They just pretend they don't type shit. Yeah.
Like, how come sometimes no means yes? Like that type of stuff.
Yes.
It's just
that's what I'm
counter to
getting from
that
it.
idea.
Remember, 50 no's and a yes means yes.
And he's talking to a bunch of dudes in a corner of the internet where these guys think this will never be seen anywhere. It'll just be in their little internet corner.
Nope.
Yeah.
Like I said, walking, talking, breathing 4chan board.
But now a millionaire with a larger audience coming from mainstream circles now going out to watch Nick Fuentes. And yeah, this mixtape, there's plenty of room to make mixtapes on this guy. Let's see if Ben keeps making one. Here we go.
His followers should kill, rape, and die in his name.
Raise your right hand. All right, everybody raise your right hand. Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I will kill, rape, and die for Nicholas J. Fuentes.
It's clearly a troll.
Nick Fuentes says that women
trolling
shouldn't be in politics.
I will continue my crusade
it's so
against
fucking
women
absurd.
in politics. Because it's always like this, and it's so ironic. Women are like, I don't like, when you say, you have to affect the face. When you say to repeal the 19th Amendment, that offends me. That hurts my feelings. It's like, have you ever stopped and considered that maybe if you get offended, there's such a strong emotional reaction to political opinions you disagree with across the board?
No, it's your
opinion
that I agree with. Oh my
why
god.
you shouldn't be making political
Is it even really his
I'm not
opinion, though?
women.
If he's just
I'm
playing a
attacking
character?
Yes, you are triggering me, sir.
You have
Sorry,
no
I had to talk over that.
Right? I'm attacking whores.
This is when I started watching Nick Fuentes.
Sluts. Stupid.
Taking note of him, if you will, because I was like, oh, listen to him. He says slut. I remember this shit. And I was like, oh, he's kind of cute. Not literally, but just like, look at him go. He's trying to really appeal to that.
Well, it's cute in the same way a 5-year-old drawing on the wall with your mommy's Sharpie marker is.
He's like, you whore. Yeah, exactly. It's just like, okay.
Well,
I guess I took him as like somebody who could be like, I don't know, some other right-wing creator would like take him under his wing, but no, he's kind of driving it. I'm sorry to talk over him, but just had to let that out real quick.
That is fair enough. Yes. It is funny that he talks about emotional reactions from statements. I remember Tucker Carlson calling him a gay kid living in his mom's basement in Chicago. And he fucking, what did Nick do? He had a whole rant about it. So do we just go with like, hey, maybe you're a gay kid in Chicago? You ever think about that, Nick? Like, do we go with that? But it doesn't matter. It's not about being truthful or real or logical. It's about winning. That's all these things seem to be about.
It's blood sport.
Yeah, yeah, basically. I wish it was about morality and righteousness, but let's be honest. Ben's playing a game. Nick's playing a game. Tucker plays a game. Candace plays a game. These guys play games. They're playing games.
Oh, why don't you just ask Nick to be a foot taller, Jordan?
Come on, son. Listen, I'll get Nick a Fisher Price basketball hoop so he can feel taller. Dunk basketball. All you, Nick. All right, let's continue with the mixtape of Nick Fuentes that I said could be made anytime anyone wants to. It's just there. It's there. Go on BitChute. You can watch old live streams, Wayback Machines, all this shit. You'll find you can make a mixtape anytime you want to. But
he keeps his own archive of all of his shit, by the way. I think
just how much money you got to pay for
it. Yeah, how much did you get to pay for that shit? Like $15 for a month?
15 and like the bronze or something, like 50 for gold, whatever the fuck, 100 for ultra package, platinum, razzmatazz, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, for $100, he'll like fucking talk to you from time to time and pretend he's interested. Remember that shit?
Oh yeah.
We went over all of it.
Well, let's continue with more of Nick's mixtape. That once again, Ben has a team of people that can just go do this for him. It's not hard. And yes, that statement about from Marjorie Taylor Greene or the Joe Kent guy, where it's like, why'd they turn their backs on me? It's like, well, all I have to do is show that, and they're like, fuck, I can't be around this guy because they'll associate that motherfucker with me. And it's all out there, Nick. Like, is he pretending like it doesn't exist? I was just a dumb kid in Chicago. All right, here we go.
Have you ever stopped and considered that maybe if you get offended, there's such a strong emotional reaction to political opinions you disagree with across the board? Maybe that's one of the reasons why you shouldn't be making political decisions. I'm not attacking women. I'm attacking whores. You have no problems, right? I'm attacking whores. I'm attacking sluts. Stupid, dirty bitches.
Nick Fuentes says that Jim Crow
Virgin,
is
by the
actually
way,
better for black people.
Pay attention to me, women. Pay attention to me.
Who cares? You know, enough with the Jim Crow stuff.
I think at one point he said having sex with women was
They had
gay.
to drink out of a different water fountain. Big fucking deal. Oh no, they had to go to a different school.
Don't ask me for the
Their
context
water
on that
fountain in
one.
famous
I
picture
couldn't give it to you.
was worse. Who cares? Grow up. Drink out of the fucking water fountain. It's just water. It's the same. You know? And, you know, even if it was bad, who cares? Who cares? It's better. It's better in general. We all agree it was better for them. It's better for us. Better in general.
Nick Fuentes says that white people are justified in being racist.
Reason that we talk about this, by the way, I know
You can see the exact, like the turnover of from quality of camera to, like, you'd see it.
Yeah.
You could see it. At one point, he thought, I'm just on the internet and no one's going to hear about me. Really?
Yes.
And then one, he's like, I'm the fucking guy now. And you could tell.
You can literally see it. The set, everything.
Yes.
Cadence, the way he speaks, all of it.
Holy Christ. All right, here we go.
Are justified in being racist.
reason that we talk about this, by the way, I know a lot of black people see this and they go, man, why are you always talking about black people, this and that? Because
for that too.
There just needs to be some shame here. Well, there's a few reasons. First, white people are every single bit justified in being racist. Every single bit justified, to the extent that that means going out of your way to avoid black people when you see them.
Nick Flint.
Jesus fucking Christ. But let the mixtape go. Like, I told you, I swear I was saying this for a while now. I'm like, yo, Nick could just have a mixtape made about him. Here, he's playing it. He's doing it. They all look bad. There's no way around it. Even if you think it's a joke or whatever the fuck, politically it looks bad. There's no way around that, guys. And some of these things are not jokes sounding to me. But I'm just saying, like, even if you think he's just joking or trolling, it still looks bad. Let's continue. Here we go.
Says is a Hitler admirer
If it is
and
a
a
joke,
Holocaust
what's the
denier.
punchline supposed to be?
Exactly. Well, once again, crude humor. Right? If you've ever watched like Opie and Anthony, their crude fucking humor. Like,
yeah, very much so.
I remember their fucking episode where they talked about Greece. How gay that movie was.
I think they talk
That's
more
all
about.
I've ever seen of them.
There's some fun. Well, I'm a fan of Patrice O'Neill. He was a self-admitted racist. Like, it's like funny, like when they're doing, but some of the things that Nick is saying, like, it's almost like a platform thing for him. Like, it's where I stand almost. And I don't know if that's him appealing, once again, a dumb kid appealing to the audience for their acceptance, or saying something, say the naughty things you can't say out loud. I'll say it. Watch me. I'll say it. And that's part of the appeal and of why he would do it and why the audience sticks around for it. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that kind
Maybe
of
it's
appeal is
true,
never
bro.
great.
You ever think about that, YellBro? Maybe it's true. It's like, no. Anyway, all right. I just want to keep playing the mixtape. Here we go.
You see
I
them.
guess we gotta make the fucking
Nick
mixtape
Fuentes is a
ourselves.
Hitler admirer and a Holocaust denier.
Buddy, it's Führer Friday. It is Hitler Friday. Shut up. It is Heil Hitler Friday, nigga. Heil Hitler. All my niggas Nazi.
Hitler was a pedophile and kind of a pagan. It's like, well, he was also really fucking cool. So, you
really
know,
hope this
time to
upload of
grow
ours
up.
survives.
We're not children anymore. Am I right? Am I right? Am
it's
I
a
right,
free
boys?
mixtape.
Am I right? Let's go. He was also really fucking cool. It doesn't really sound correct to me. Wait a second. It takes 1 hour to cook a batch of cookies, and you have 15 ovens, probably in 4 different kitchens, right?
Oh my God.
Doing 24 hours a day, every day for 5 years. How long would it take you to make 6 million?
This one.
I don't know. It certainly wouldn't be 5 years,
one is
right?
kinda
The math doesn't seem to add up there. The
Right,
math
not the
doesn't quite
greatest
seem to add
hits.
up there. I don't think you'd result in 6 million, maybe 200 to 300,000 cookies. And I think the Red Cookie Association said something like that, probably 200 to 300,000 cookies baked, probably. And in addition, you know, in this hypothetical, I imagine that if you took aerial photographs over the kitchens, you would need to see certain smokestacks to release the smoke from baking the cookies. And the smokestacks would project certain shadows, but I guess they're not visible in the aerial photographs
Jordan,
taken
just
over
a
the
quick
kitchens.
aside.
Moreover,
If your cookies come out with smoke, you've done it wrong. Start from the beginning.
Oh my God.
Well, they do cookies.
It's 6.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Okay, so with this one, it's hard to go with the he's just joking thing because he's getting in so much detail, as in, like, I looked into this and studied some ideas and went with that.
Yeah.
That's
Is
less
he
so
trying
like
to
a
do the
riffing
Andy
joke.
Kaufman thing where the point is to just make the audience really uncomfortable?
No.
I don't think he has the chops for that.
He's talking about the Holocaust and saying, yeah, not as many people die
I know.
as they say. And
I know the Holocaust is the subject of it, but is the goal here just to try to make people uncomfortable?
No. That's the thing. It works with that little corner of the internet when he was saying it. Like, that was their little world there. Like, they probably didn't expect this to actually make it to the light of day. Like, even Nick. He's like,
And he can measure engagement with that too. Like, honestly, when he says shit like that, he could compare it to other things when he's not as, I don't know, over time, just to see like what the audience does. So
you can do a bit about cookies and the Holocaust and all that stuff. Then you can do not a bit, but read scripture. And guess who's the audience is not going to show up for the fucking scripture, just so you know. They're going to say, fuck this is boring. Give us the Holocaust shit. Straight up. It's you know.
The Holocaust.
for sure, tell us about the whores, right? Like just the same.
Yeah, just a little corner of the internet.
I guess I need to start spending more time in these strange, out-of-the-way places.
You do what you do, bro. I'll say that. Do whatever you got to do. But, all right, here's more of the gay kid in Chicago. Here we go.
if you look at the soil texture, it's really not deep enough for mass cookie storage underground.
Nick Fuentes believes that the Jews start all the wars, that perfidious Jews in positions of power ought to be killed, and says the Jews are filth who have to be removed from the country.
And once again, remember who is responsible for it all: the Jews. They are responsible for every war in the world. It's not even debatable at this point. This has nothing to do with oil. This has nothing to do with democracy. This has nothing to do with liberal internationalism. We are at war with Iran because they pose a threat to Israel's hegemony. That's why we're bombing their nukes, to pave the way for regime change so Israel can dominate the region, because that makes them the most powerful they can be.
I hate to admit that's actually not untrue.
I knew you were gonna say something. I knew it.
I mean, the U.S. is behaving like, if you don't see them as
but still
bigger or equal partners, I don't know what to fucking say to anyone. If they think, what does Netanyahu call it? The New Jersey size, country over here, shape the size of New Jersey.
Oh, it's in the U.S. interest, deep state interest, obviously.
Oh yeah, it's definitely in the U.S.
Israel
interest
is
to have
nothing
someone that will go along with whatever the fuck you say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in these gangsters' interest.
Israel is
100%.
nothing if not just an outpost for American empire.
It's a team of gangsters from all different parts of the world that work together to fuck us over. But when we
Joe
focus
Biden
on
admitted it.
Joe Biden? Wait, what?
Yeah, of decades ago, back in '86, he said that
if there
there
was
no Israel,
the U.S. would create an Israel. I
we'll have to
remember what
invent
you're
one.
talking about.
Yeah.
There you go. And it's all over the world, in all these different countries. It is not just Israel and the U.S., but it's very sensational, and it maybe, in this moment in time, maybe feels good for some people to say, but I don't think it's reality at all.
Saudi Arabia and a large part of Western Europe also have their fingerprints all over this shit.
Yeah, if the wrong leader popped up as the prime minister of Israel, the U.S. might plan to assassinate that motherfucker. If it's the wrong leader for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
well, we might
vice
have the
versa
wrong
in the
leader.
U.S. Well, yeah.
Right. Can't have anybody telling the truth about this in public.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Powerful they can be.
There is an occult element at the high levels of society, and specifically among the Jews. So many of the
Got a
people that are
Gatorade Zero.
perpetrating the lies and the destruction of the country,
The mustache era.
they are evildoers. They are people that worship false gods. They are people that practice magic or rituals or whatever. And more
The
than
cozy.tv, Meg. Oh my God. That was an era too.
They need to be given the death penalty.
That's when he's like
Straight
actually
up.
in the corner of the internet, like
Underground.
him and his followers.
I'm far more concerned about that
Yes.
than I am about even non-white people or mass
No one's
migration.
signing up for cozy TV. No one's doing
These
that.
people that are communing with demons and engaging in this sort of
How many people do you think signed up for that shit? 30? 35?
I mean, I may have done like a trial because I wanted to see it. I wanted to see it. I do believe. So I will say. But I was just like, what the fuck is this? So yeah, I did look.
He has definitely more viewers than I have. Like, he has a dedicated following. Straight up. And I bet a lot of them followed him to cozy.tv or whatever the fuck. And then I guess Rumble was like the saving grace.
And then Gavin McInnes. Gavin McInnes was over there too. They were both trying to make that happen.
Oh, there you go. The chinless wonder. All right. All right, here we go.
Gavin.
Never shave. Never shave, Gavin. Never shave that fucking beard. All right, here we go.
Do the Sikh thing. Don't ever shave.
Here we go.
Demons and engaging in this sort of witchcraft and stuff, and these people that are suppressing the name Christ and suppressing Christianity, they must be absolutely annihilated when we take power.
This is like 2007 YouTube. It's crazy.
This is country. This is not the domain of atheists,
bad quality with wild ideas.
Perfidious Jews. This is Christ's country.
Josh,
remember when every video had
Levin.
pixels the size of Lego bricks?
Someone needs to tell them that Christianity is a Jewish psyop already.
Oh, shit. Well, the way he practices Christianity, yeah. Well, not Jewish psyop, but like it's a trash version, in my opinion, of what that guy would represent. That hero character named Jesus, what that guy would represent. I don't think it has anything to do with nation building and borders and who's allowed and who's not allowed. But that's just me. Maybe we'll find out.
You don't love capitalist Cadillac driving American Jesus?
Why can't he drive a Cadillac? We'll find out one day, maybe. But here we go.
In the far future.
Josh Hammer and Mark Levin. Fuck these people.
Pause.
Like, deeply, seriously.
Pause.
Deeply?
All real Americans.
Yeah.
If you are a real American, if you were.
See that with his fingers? He's showing sizes.
All real Americans, if
right
you are
back,
a
like
real
this.
American, if you were born in this country, I don't even care who you are, what you are.
Maybe Tucker
if
was
you
right.
are a
He is
real
gay.
American that loves this country, you have generations in this country, your family or you fought for this flag, fought for the Constitution, fought for our church, fought for our civilization. For all of you, I say about Josh Hammer and Mark Levin and Laura Loomer, fuck them. Fuck them. Deeply, seriously, get them the fuck out of our
Again,
country.
he said it again.
Nick,
Holy shit.
Oh my God.
I wouldn't tell them to leave, but I would say their ideas are really stupid. Like, yo, fuck their ideas. Their ideas are horrendous. But don't worry, as a human being, I gotta respect you as a human being. Pretty simple.
Yeah.
I'll let
Jordan
them
is a
know.
much more fitting kind of punishment for them, and it starts with getting sent back to preschool.
Exactly. Like, listen, the adults are talking over here. Go sit at the kiddie table. Go enjoy your macaroni and cheese. Go enjoy that over there. And we're going to have adult conversations.
Go play with your fucking Tonka toys.
Don't worry. It's never too late. You can change any day you want to. Hey, Laura Loomer, you don't have to call up the U.S. government and say, hey, they're letting in amputee children into our country. How are you going to allow that, huh? They're infiltrating, trying to destroy our country. Oh, these amputees that are 12, 11, 10 years old, they're destroying our country? Shouldn't you be the good guy, what's sort of like volunteering for that? Like, hey guys, come over. You're hurt? Come over here. We'll take care of you. We'll take care of you.
Am I a bad person for dreaming about how to keelhaul them all?
What?
Keelhauling.
Keyhole?
Yep.
Kill? Okay. I said kill.
Listen, guys, you're fantasizing about killing.
Keelhauling.
Disclaimer, go,
Seek help.
take that to professional.
Seek help.
Call 911 or something. Yeah.
But yeah, but those are like, see how they just brought up a scenario where like there's no way that a regular person would be like, wait a minute, that's like, yeah, I like that. I like you blocking amputee children. I think the regular person would be like, that's fucked up. But for some reason, Nick and Ben, right, opposing sides, neither one of them bring that shit up. Neither one of them. Isn't that incredible? Almost feels like a fake argument when you skip out on shit like that. Well, also screaming morality, aren't they? They're going to scream morality while missing out on shit like that. Why is Laura Loomer bad, Nick Fuentes? Well, she likes Israel. That's... what? That's your fucking argument? And guess what? These fans eat it up. They fucking devour that fucking that narrative and idea. And they miss out on, like, what is wrong? Like, what happens if Jesus shows up tomorrow? What the fuck are you going to do about that? They're going to run under covers, bro. They're going to put the blankie over their head like, oh, he's not here. No. I'm sorry.
It's either that or they would try to kill him.
Oh, yeah. You're not
I've said
Jesus.
this time
you
and
love
again,
people?
but
You're not
I wish I could just spend a day in this bizarro fucking fantasy world that these people construct. It's fascinating.
You already can, Joe. Because, in my humble opinion, people that try to get more intelligent about things can already see the fucking vista. They can see that shit. Like, oh, I can smell maybe how you got here. I can throw out possibilities. I can ask questions about it. Thus, I can stand higher up on the just by asking questions. Just higher up on the hill, I can see further than you see. Because you're stuck in your little corner, you dummy.
I mean, just this bizarre fictional world they create where the fucking left is everywhere, all powerful, and they're like mustache twirling villains everywhere. And Joe Biden is a Stalinist or some stupid shit like that.
Well,
I wish I could spend a day just in that imaginative, bizarre mindscape they live in.
It's called just empathy, Joe. That's it. Don't mistake the content creator with the fucking audience. These are two different phenomenons to me. And then even within the audience, there's like millions and millions of nuance attached to it. So, yeah, that's why I scream against team playing, because people just end up saying, like, oh, all these guys are like this. The left is like this. The right is like this. Like, it's just poorly diagnosed and no real nuance and no real empathy in it. Thus, I'm going to, as soon as I hear a lack of empathy in a statement, I'm like, yeah, they're probably full of shit. They're probably not full of shit as, a bad person, but, full of shit as in, they're wrong. But either way, let's play more of Nick's mixtape that Ben Shapiro is providing for us. Here we go.
Fuentes, it should be mentioned, despises Donald Trump and the MAGA movement as well.
Fuck you. You suck. You are fat. You are a joke. You are stupid. You are not funny. You are not as smart as you think you are. You are, and honestly, and if you watch my show, you know I've been very critical. I've never been this far. This just
trying
goes
to be
show
Scott
this
Steiner?
entire thing has been a scam. When we look back on the history of populism in America, we are going to look back on the MAGA movement as the biggest scam in American history. And the liberals were right. The MAGA supporters were had. They were.
So, that right there is just a brief glimpse into the twisted mind of Nick Fuentes. And there's plenty more where that came from, of course, hours of it per day, in fact. And there's no doubt that Nick Fuentes has a lot of play these days. That's because the left, by moving into a politics of anti-white, anti-Christian, anti-male identitarianism, created its bizarro mirror image, a white pseudo-Christian incel identitarian movement
And there's the
dedicated to
rub.
destroying the institutions of this country and replacing Americanism.
It's all the left's fault.
Nick Fuentes' philosophy is not fully
Allie,
formed.
you're the
It's
left.
an
This is all
incoherent
your
stew of
fault.
malignity.
I know.
That's where Tucker
I know.
Carlson enters the story. Now, since his exit from Fox News in 2022, when,
the
of
entry
course,
of
he was
Tucker.
a very, very popular host,
Pause.
Tucker Carlson has turned himself into a conspiracist and a crank and a pathological liar. Tucker excuses Vladimir Putin's murderous and barbarous reign. He has even become one of his most ardent defenders.
He just played a full mixtape. That's all he's doing.
In my country, I had no idea.
Yeah, that's it. Now
My
he cuts
father
to Tucker.
spent a lot of time there in the 80s when he worked for the U.S. government and barely had electricity. And now it is so much cleaner and safer and prettier aesthetically. It's architecture, it's food, it's service than any country, city in the United States that you have to, and this is non-ideological.
Okay, I have to do this because I'm sorry, I had the pee. Pause.
It's okay.
But he's on part 2 Tucker now, right?
Yeah, he just switched.
So let me ask the room, what do you guys think about this entire Nick Fuentes portion of the video? Has Ben had anything?
It's gross. It's like I hate that he did that because like you said, you can make a whole ass mixtape. It's just annoying that Ben got to it. I mean, others can do it too. It's like, but yeah, like you said, Ben has lots of. These guys are so terrible, in my opinion, that they've given people like Ben. They can give him room to make a mixtape.
Oh yeah. Anyone else?
He's talking to somebody. He's positioning himself really quick, like to be for new people as well, of course, as they all are. But I go back to like, who's in your audience? Who are you talking to? Who are you leaving behind? Like, who are you deciding is not important anymore? That's where I'm looking. So yeah.
Okay.
We are an audience, literally.
We are.
Yes.
I agree. But I'm gonna say it might be a little bit different. A little bit.
I don't know why we watch this shit.
I watch it because I'm fascinated by
I get it.
certain behaviors that seem to exist in the world.
It's hard not to be.
Oh, me too. It's fascinating.
Also, I'm just kind of here to watch some stupid people rip into each other over nothing.
I'm saying
Always
pause for that, Joe, by the way.
fun
Major
time.
pause. You gotta remember, he's a gay kid from. Okay.
He's a gay little kid from Chicago who lives in his mom's basement.
It shows how stupid politics is.
Except now Tucker's friends with him.
Yes. Parsifal, yes.
So that means Tucker
really
is
don't,
gay.
Well, I really don't like him, but I think it's a good thing that that people lose faith in Benocide, Shapiro, and Laura Loomer. That is a good thing, regardless.
I actually okay. I half agree with you because, yes, in my opinion, like if you're bewitched or have some sort of mental spell over yourself by watching Ben Shapiro and Laura fucking Loomer, yes, you should break that spell, that conditioning factor, that whatever the fuck reason is that you're watching these guys and just hanging on to every word and like adoring every word you hear. But if they just walk away from those guys and replace it with someone else that's also full of shit, that's also that's the same problem. We're having the same phenomenon. So maybe Laura Loomer, Ben Shapiro are yesteryear, but then you have Nick Fuentes and Candace Owens in the next breath. It's like, where'd we actually go? Did we actually improve? Or did we just change logos on our jerseys, on our uniforms? And like that, so I half agree. If they're like, all right, I'm done getting fucking tricked by people. You know what? I'm done with that. I will critically think on every little topic. I will question everything. I will question if the sky's blue for all I care. Like everything's in question now, and then start from there and start building up what you start maybe believing or thinking about the world, like based on real observation for yourself. If you start doing that, like okay, then we're getting somewhere, in my humble opinion. But to just switch
you guys
teams,
are stupid. The sky's actually purple.
Shut up.
Had to do it,
But,
not apologizing.
Time to smoke what I want you to smoking.
But yeah, I don't like, and I'm still honestly, I'm still on the fence with Nick. I am. Pause. Like I am. Like I don't. He could just be like not bigger, not a part of like some sort of bigger apparatus. Like I'm very sure Ben and Laura Luma are. Right. Those guys are a part. Like they have funders and teammates, and there's a whole governmental apparatus that they're a part of. Right, for multiple countries. Let's be honest.
Laura Loomer has some very close ties to Donald Trump. I don't know if that bridge was burned recently, considering how capricious our precious Orange Boy can be. But
it's IPAC Israel.
I mean, when she talks about the amputee kids from Palestine coming into the U.S. to get surgeries, and Marco Rubio makes a tweet the next day like, "We're going to stop this program right now." I'm like, you have to have some pull over there, or like a friendship over there, or whatever the fuck. And Ben's obvious the same thing. Like he has friends in different places. Nick, I don't know if he does.
I suspect that he gets some funding too.
Well, at one point, Nick actually got invited to dinner at Trump's place.
Yeah,
he was there with Kanye.
Yeah, we went over that. He had dinner with Kanye West and Donald Trump. Right, but this is gee, when is this?
I want to say this is like July of last year.
Yeah, campaigny shit. But does he actually have like? Okay, let's say like behind closed doors, he somehow has political pull, and the thing he does on TV is just a character he's playing. Okay, maybe then, but like I can't say I know that yet. I'm still on the fence in regards to, like, what is this guy about? Now, when he says something wrong, according to my opinion, I will let it ring. And I do say, I made a video where I'm like, these people, I don't trust them. And I think it was Crowder, it was Candace Owens, it was Nick Fuentes. Like, I don't trust these fucking people. But I can't just outright say this guy's straight up paid for and bought, and he's whatever. He's a Fed, he's intelligence. I can't just do that yet. I'm not there yet. But
the most I can say about Fuentes, as far as like serious institutional pull, is that he's on Trump's radar. Trump knows he exists.
Yes. But like, as far as like
anything more than that is conjecture.
Yeah. Now, like, what do I do about his ideas? That will never change, whether he's a cop or just a regular guy. That might, like, as far as like what I would do in regards to that. But how I would diagnose him, that's where it would change in regards to like how would I deal with Nick himself as an individual, right? But hey, if you're just, doing your federal job, right? It's like, okay, that's one thing. But if you're just like spouting shit for fame, views, because you've said it before, and people are like, yeah, I like that, Nick. I love that, and it gave you confidence. So you end up repeating it and repeating it and repeating it. That's a whole different story when dealing with Nick. But as far as like the ideas that are said, I can still handle those. That's not a big deal. Like whether he's a cop or not, doesn't matter. I still handle the ideas the exact same way. And I'll look at the audience, but hey guys, how'd you fall for this? Whether a guy in his own psyche behaving or a guy who's paid by the feds, how'd you get tricked by this? But whatever. Either way, once again, for the 10 millionth time, yeah, Nick, and guess what? This is not even close to how much shit you can probably pull up on Nick Fuentes, as far as like making a video about him and just play. Don't even have to argue it. Just play his words, and it's gonna wreck him. He's gonna wreck himself.
Yeah.
And like it is what it is. It is what it is.
Just keep giving him rope. He'll do the job himself.
Yes. Now Tucker is gonna be a lot more difficult of a thing. I think Candace is an easier thing to go on, like with her words as like a mixtape, than Tucker. But we'll see where Ben goes. Like Ben's gonna try to, let's be honest, twist things to sell a narrative. So let's hear that. Here is, I guess, part 2 of this video. The Tucker Carlson mixtape. Here we go.
Were had. They were.
So, that right there is just a brief glimpse into the twisted mind of Nick Fuentes. And there's plenty more where that came from, of course. Hours of it per day, in fact. And there's no doubt that Nick Fuentes has a lot of play these days. That's because the left, by moving into a politics of anti-white, anti-Christian, anti-male identitarianism, created its bizarro mirror image. A white pseudo-Christian incel.
You weren't here when I said this the first time, but there's the rub. Blame the left. That's the rub with Ben Shapiro. Everything is the left's fault.
Well, yeah, it's an appeal to that crowd, and also, like someone did a video about like the whole Charlie Kirk phenomenon and changing what the guy was actually saying and turning him into like a hero, kind of. And this person was saying like they had to lean towards that, like, hey, they're trying to, like low birth rates, and hey, trying to make white men be the villains at all times, right? Which is after Nick Fuentes got started, right? I'm pretty sure maybe like that happened after, or more so like culturally mainstream level after Nick Fuentes already got started doing politics. So that wouldn't work there to me, essentially, but
he started in like very late 2015, I want to say.
Possibly.
I don't know for sure because I haven't really had my eye on him at all times like I probably should have.
Yeah. Well, either way, it's like Ben Shapiro can say that the left built Nick Fuentes, but they also built you too, man. As far as like being popular, it was you guys were playing off each other's dynamics. Obviously, no one was like trying to say the right answer. They're trying to say, they're working for their teams, if you will. But all right, let's play here. And he goes into Tucker.
Destroying the institutions of this country and replacing Americanism with something else. Nick Fuentes' philosophy is not fully formed. It's an incoherent stew of malignity. But that's where Tucker Carlson enters the story. Now, since his exit from Fox News in 2023, when, of course, he was a very, very popular host, Tucker Carlson has turned himself into a conspiracist and a crank and a pathological liar. Tucker excuses Vladimir Putin's murderous and barbarous reign. He has even become one of his most ardent defenders.
You do that with Israel.
Murderous, barbarous reign. I had no idea. My father spent a lot of time there in the 80s when he worked for the U.S. government and barely had electricity. And now it is so much cleaner and safer and prettier aesthetically. It's architecture, it's food, it's service than any city in the United States that you have. And this is not ideological. How did that happen? How did that happen?
They'd already gotten to a pretty high standard of living by the 50s.
Well, I think they're going with, Soviet Russia and bread lines and whatever the fuck.
Yeah, that whole mythology they like to trot out.
I mean, I can't say I know, but I know they spent apparently a shit ton of their resources on fucking weapons. So they're dingbats no matter which way you look at it. And Tucker will tell us how good the bread is in Russia. I'll say fair enough for this, because I have also criticized Tucker for his love of look at these grocery stores. Wow. Oh, that's fresh bread. Ooh. Wow. I saw the videos. It's too late. But anyways, yes, this is not good enough. This is not good enough. It's
nowhere near.
And actually, someone could actually read that intention as being like, oh, he's trying to like stop the idea of like war with a foreign country by saying like, look, they're just like us. Look, they're not crazy, whoever's. They're like, they have malls and fucking grocery stores, and the food is fresh, and there's regular beautiful cities and stuff like that, right? Someone can make that case for,
but you can't really sit on them because it's fucking cold over there.
But I could see, I leave room for Tucker. Maybe he's like trying to prevent, negative tensions between the U.S. and Russia by saying like, look how much they're like us. See, right? It's like Max Blumenthal did with Venezuela or Iran. Like, look, they're not so fucking. These aren't just crazy wacko, want to destroy the world people. See, look, they're just people, right? I leave room for that possible intention. So Ben, good luck. All right, here we go.
It's food, it's service. Then any country, city in the United States that you have to, and this is non-ideological, how did that happen? How did that happen? And at a certain point, I don't think the average person cares as much about abstractions as about the concrete reality of his life. And if you can't use your subway, for example, as many people are afraid to in New York City because it's too dangerous, you have to sort of wonder, like, isn't that the ultimate measure of leadership? And that's true, by the way, it's radicalizing for an American to go to Moscow, I didn't know that, I've learned it this week, to Singapore, to Tokyo, to Dubai and Abu Dhabi. Because these cities, no matter how we're told they're run and on what principles they're run, are wonderful places to live.
So I guess you put in 10 rubles here.
Oh, he's playing it actually.
You get it back when you put the cart back. So it's free.
Well, Benny did his homework
to return it and not just bring it to your home.
They're layups, Joe.
I went from amused to legitimately angry.
Well, yeah,
so
this
we were
is
guessing
basically
what
the
this would cost.
equivalent of
Everybody
adding 2
hears from the
plus
United
2.
States buys groceries.
It's
and
not
we didn't
12
pay
or
any
16,
attention to
by the
costs. We were
way.
just putting in the cart what we would actually eat over a week.
My guess is Ben will compare this to North
we all
Korea.
came in around $400, about $400. It was $104 US here. And that's when you start to realize that ideology maybe doesn't matter as much as you thought. Corruption. If you take people's standard of living and you tank it through filth and crime and inflation,
and
they
gay
literally
people
can't buy the groceries they want. At that point, maybe it matters less what you say or whether you're a good person or a bad person. You're wrecking people's lives in their country, and that's what our leaders have done to us.
When Tucker Carlson interviewed...
Also, don't be gay in Russia, man. Might get shit on. All right, here we go.
Or worse.
And that's what our leaders have done to us.
When Tucker Carlson interviewed Vladimir Putin, by the way, Vladimir Putin was so amused by Tucker Carlson's easy questioning that he actually mocked him. Tucker Carlson has massaged the Iranian dictatorship and admitted to not asking any difficult questions of the president of that dictatorship.
The interview is limited by a couple of factors. One, it was done by remote through a translator. That's always awkward. For another, I don't speak Persian. And there are all kinds of questions that I didn't ask the president of Iran, particularly questions to which I knew I could not get an honest answer, such as, was your nuclear program totally disabled by the bombing campaign by the U.S. government a week and a half ago? There's no chance he's going to answer that question honestly. I didn't bother to ask it. The answer, in fact, from an American perspective, even from the CIA's perspective, is unknowable.
Tucker bizarrely worships at the altar of Qatar.
So that's your mixtape for Ben. Like, why don't you show the interview? Or show parts of it. There's stuff there that where you, I think, fuck. I'm forgetting. I covered a portion of this video where Tucker would ask a question. There'd be an obvious, like, follow-up, and he wouldn't do it. But Ben's not using that. I wonder why. Oh, because Ben's full of shit, too. Ah, Christ, look at that. Look at that. Imagine dealing with a room where they have to strategize so hard, they forgot about honesty. They forgot that existed because they're trying to win so much, right? So, Tucker...
Just be a lesson to anybody in the audience. Truth is always a defense.
So far...
Always fall back on it.
It's not, it should be the tip of the spear, like Alex Jones is. It should be the tip of the fucking spear. But so far, okay, Tucker in Russia doing like a fluff piece for the sake of, for whatever reason he's doing it. Okay, that looks kind of bad. But that one, him interviewing Iranian leaders or the president of Iran, the things that Ben is pointing out is not the sketchy part. This seems like Ben's like targeting his own audience instead of like, it's like, hey, new viewers, let me say this. You know, let me show you this, new viewers, like you did with Nick, right? Hey, people who don't watch Nick Fuentes, but maybe you're a Nick Fuentes fan, come watch this and watch out. Or come watch this and like, look at this. What does this say? What type of person is Nick? Right?
Okay.
But Tucker, he's gonna have a little bit of a struggle with it, I think, because Ben's actual views are on paper. I'm saying worse than Tucker's on paper, Not saying their intentions or anything like that. I'm just saying the words they say out loud. Tucker's ideas look better to regular people than Ben's do. So thus, Ben is going to struggle with this. I wouldn't struggle with this. I have no problem going over all of Tucker's fucking interviews and pointing out any flaws I see. Ben can't do that
almost
because...
like you're doing that right now.
Yeah. On paper, Tucker outflanks Ben on foreign policy by a lot. By a lot. And, yeah, so he's gonna struggle. All right, here we go.
Perspective is unknowable.
Tucker bizarrely worships at the altar of Qatar.
They're mad at you because you don't put your parents in some institution.
Go with the Qatar.
Maybe they're trying to break up your families.
Well, it can be a reason. Honestly,
like you said, he has to do a job too.
Yeah.
What is really the purpose behind this? But we see that a lot of things that are happening are attacks on humanity in general. It's when you lose the family value, when you lose the connection between the family themselves, you will lose the connection between the people as well, on a broader level, on the people in the same neighborhood, on the people in the same region, in the same countries. And that's basically will just make us, as individuals who are quote unquote independent from anyone, that's what we will feel. Yet it will just make our societies vulnerable and easy to be penetrated.
That's right.
Tucker Carlson.
See how that clip didn't show anything as in regards to like corruption or looking bad or like, see how that like, what did that guy say in words? Once again, I understand geopolitical actions that are done by Qatar in different regions of the world, right? I understand that. But if I take that out and I just listen to words, what did that guy say right there that it's so bothersome? Or on par with what Ben was showing with Nick Fuentes. It's like it's not even close. It's stupid. It's dumb at that point. So yeah, Ben's gonna struggle with this one. All right. Let's see if he keeps going.
Praises Venezuela's Nicolas Maduro, even as Maduro keeps the entire country in communist penury and ships fentanyl into the United States to kill Americans by the hundreds of thousands.
Okay.
Why are we so opposed to Nicolas Maduro? So if you ask someone on the street, random person, why are we against Nicolas Maduro? The answer you're going to get is, who's Nicolas Maduro? But if you find someone in South Florida, for example, who knows who Nicolas Maduro is, who can identify where Venezuela is on a map, that person will almost certainly say, well, because he's a communist or a socialist, he's exceedingly left-wing, and that is true. Nicolas Maduro and his government are very left-wing on economics, not on social policy, by the way, which is kind of interesting. In Venezuela, gay marriage is banned, abortion is banned, sex changes for transgenderism are banned. It's one of the very few countries in the entire hemisphere with those policies. It is on social policy, not defending the regime, just saying, one of the most conservative countries in North or South or Central America. Only El Salvador really comes close.
Tucker Carlson glosses Hamas.
Like you just played that, but like once again, did you hear anything like? Well, for me, yes, crazy, but I'm saying for the average person, for Ben's average viewer, was there anything crazy there that they could like actually like leap off of? I don't think so. But let's keep going. Here we
Central
go.
America.
This is a struggle.
Only El Salvador really comes close.
This is an actual struggle so far.
Tucker Carlson glosses Hamas, the genocidal jihadi group behind October 7th, as a political organization.
You can't claim that they're in Hamas while simultaneously claiming that Hamas is a group of jihadis. They're Islamic extremists, which they also claim constantly, which I don't know if that's true, by the way. It seems more like a political organization. But whatever it is, they're telling us constantly they're Al-Qaeda.
You just said it.
Tucker Carlson has attacked President Trump as a cover-up artist for sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein on behalf of Israel and Mossad, making sure, of course, never to mention President Trump's name, because, of course, Tucker's a coward.
This is bad even for
him. And moreover, it's extremely obvious to anyone who watches that this guy had direct connections to a foreign government. Now, no one's allowed to say that that foreign government is Israel because we have been somehow cowed into thinking that that's naughty. There is nothing wrong with saying that. There is nothing hateful about saying that.
So initially, I think Ben was playing to a wider audience. Now he's playing to his own audience. and he may not realize how stupid he looks. And also, there has been blatant connections between Epstein and at least individuals in Israel. Actually, there's been connections between Epstein and the government in Israel in regards to like
he was
working negotiations between. Good.
There's an ex-prime minister. I'm blanking on his name, but he was very close with Epstein. They talked often.
Ehud Barak. Ehud Barak is the one I think you're thinking of. But also, like outside of Ehud Barak, I believe there was actually maybe he was involved. But there's negotiations between countries. And Epstein helped facilitate negotiations between countries, which is foreign policy, which is working with a government. Right?
And it's becoming more and more widely suspected that Epstein was a fucking Mossad agent.
Well, I don't know what he was,
but an asset to them.
I don't know what he was, but I believe that was confirmed. That was confirmed based on emails and shit like that. Okay, good?
You might want to hear what's that XCI
Kiriakou
whistleblower. Yeah, he will tell you that the Mossad file. Sorry, the Epstein files might as well be called the Mossad files. Straight
That's
up.
fair enough. That's fair enough, but
I trust him on that.
That's fair enough, but I'm saying like straight up confirm shit where there's no way around it, right? And then also like speculation on top of that. You're right, RSFO. You're right. There's so much information that just logically would make sense, actually make sense, and then based on sources make sense. So Ben just showing that it's him like gaining some sense of on the surface credibility by showing how bad Fuentes is. How bad his views look, but then doing this Tucker thing. It's like, nah, bro. People are gonna be like, yo, fuck you, and they're gonna focus on that. Actually, they're gonna be like, some people are gonna like kind of cringe a little bit and freak out a little bit by hearing Fuentes, but then he's gonna say this Tucker shit, and they'll always be like, oh, okay, let me get in the comments and shit on Ben Shapiro now. I feel better now. Ben is full of shit. I feel better about this. Let me go at him. So, all right, let's continue. Here we go.
Tucker Carlson has stated that President Trump has undermined America First and MAGA by attacking Iran, giving in to neocon ghouls like Mark Levin, while also idiotically arguing that President Trump striking Iran's nuclear facilities would lead to World War III. Spoiler alert, it didn't. Tucker Carlson also...
that conflict is not over, Ben. That's first of all. Second of all, I don't know if it leads to World War III, but it didn't lead to world peace either. It led to more tensions, not less. It increased tensions. You fucking idiot. But then again, Ben's with that shit. That makes sense for him to say. Here we go.
Would lead to World War III. Spoiler alert, it didn't. Tucker Carlson also said in his interview with Nick Fuentes that the people he hates most in the entire world, more than ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Trans-Tifa, Marxists, rapists, murderers, are Christian Zionists who represent an enormous chunk of the conservative base. According to Tucker Carlson, who admits that he first read the Bible all the way through just 2 years ago, Christians who support a Jewish state of Israel are heretics and blasphemers with a brain virus.
God. How do you explain how could be Ted Cruz?
Joe, let's be honest. He needs some real friends, doesn't he? He needs actual friends in his life. Is that the struggle here we're dealing with? This insufficient life he's living. Is that what's making his fool do a little cowl? Little fuckface, little cowl motherfucker, bro. God.
He's like, do you have any friends, Ben? Is your marriage not working out so great? Is your wife being cold to you? What's going on?
He needs help, and
he looks so miserable in there.
I'm gonna say a weird word here. Words. I hope he's honestly a liar, and not just a liar. Like a guy like, I'm lying for the sake of greed and personal benefit. I'm doing shitty things for shitty reasons. Versus, I think I'm doing the right thing, and then they just fucking lie to you for the sake of doing the quote unquote right thing. I hope it's in that lane. I really do. Either way, it's like, you should quit your job, bro. Quit your job. Go to do some ayahuasca in South America somewhere. Like, disappear. Just quit, dude. Do something else, man.
Sip a mojito on a beach and don't bother anybody.
That sounds like something
I would settle for that.
Well, he has to. This guy's got to walk away, bro. Like you are a detriment, like vocally detriment to idiots around the world, bro. Anyone that hasn't created themselves yet and are vulnerable to ideas being thrown at their face, you are a detriment to those motherfuckers, bro. And guess what?
He's
There's
a detriment
too many
to
of them.
himself too.
Oh yes,
He's a detriment.
I agree. There's too many dum dums around that could just adopt ideas because they just showed up, you know. And that's who these guys target to, which is just weird. But all right, let's continue. Here we go.
Brain virus.
How do you explain Mike Huckabee, Ted Cruz, and there are a lot like that, John Bolton. I mean, I've known them all, George W. Bush, like Karl Rove. I mean, all people I know personally who I've seen like be seized by this brain virus, and they're not Jewish. Most of them are self-described Christians, and then the Christian Zionists who are, well, Christian Zionists. Like, what is that? Right. And I can just say for myself, I dislike them more than anybody. Because like what? Because it's Christian heresy, and I'm offended by that as a Christian.
Now, if you notice there, Tucker did not say ISIS. He didn't say Al Qaeda. He just said it like kind of like matter of fact, let's like in a casual, informal statement. But Ben, of course, being a propagandist that he is, has to say like he said he hates Zionists more than ISIS and fucking Al Qaeda, terrorist groups and jihadists. Like, Ben, once again, openly twisting the thing. And God bless your brain if you fall for that. I mean, that one was just so blatant and obvious. If you fell for that, good luck to you. Unless he has a clip where Tucker says that, I'd have to hear it out. But for now, I haven't seen that clip, and I watched the majority of that video of Fuentes and Tucker Carlson's interview. I didn't hear any mention of I love ISIS more than Christian Zionists, or I hate Christian Zionists more than I hate ISIS. I didn't hear that statement anywhere. But all right, here we go. Let's keep playing. Just dishonest rattery, right?
Despises American Jews who care about October 7th. We, in his words, don't care about America and also want to get his kids killed in a foreign war.
I've got 4 draft-age children. So if you're playing recklessly, fast and loose with their lives, then I have a right to despise you, and I do. So if you're Nikki Haley, who's running for president, or Ben Shapiro, or half the people I see on television casually mentioning the possibility of nuclear war or sending Americans to fight in the Middle East, or in any way involving us in a war that has nothing to do with prosperity and peace at home, nothing, in other words, to do with us, Americans, then I have a right to call you out and be really offended because it's my family. They live here. It's not a joke to me. There's nothing abstract about it.
But most of all, Tucker Carlson acts as an ideological launderer for other people's evils. Tucker Carlson says many inflammatory things, always buying back just enough of it to appear as though he's not saying what he's clearly saying.
Ideological.
He's a master of gaslighting. Tucker Carlson, for example, would never say out loud what Fuentes does. He wouldn't say the things many of his guests say. And so instead of not saying what he's clearly saying, he's a master of gaslighting. Tucker Carlson, for example, would never say out loud what Nick Fuentes does. He wouldn't say the things many of his guests say. And so instead, he acts as an ideological launderer. He takes other people's hideous ideas, he softens them, he treats them with love and care, and then he provides them with a massive signal boost. He isn't merely talking to people in good faith, of course. He's promoting certain people and ideas and attacking others. So, for example, he'll ask a series of wildly obsequious questions to Nick Fuentes. He'll even let Nick Fuentes' support for Joseph Stalin slide.
So he actually half argued what Joe Rogan does, which is pull us off interviews. But okay, guilt by association. Let's hear it, Ben.
It's actually funny. It was December 18th. I remember because that's an important date to me, and it's Joseph Stalin's birthday.
Oh,
I'm a fan.
You're a fan of Stalin's.
Mm-hmm. Always an admirer, but we don't need to go into that.
Clearly facetious, right?
Yeah, it has to be.
Nick was just advocating for U.S. hegemony in South America. There's no way he's in support of communism or even socialism. Just stop it. Stop it. And he's trolling about Stalin for sure. Right?
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way he actually fucking means that.
He is whatever, but yeah, go ahead. What's your point?
So I was gonna say, I know it's popular among people on the political right, at least online, to fucking conflate Hitler and Stalin like they basically believe the same shit. But this is one of those things where you dig into the weeds even a little bit, you'll find that they're two very different people in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I like Stalin. I think he made a lot of serious fuck-ups.
Fair enough. Actually, I might have confused Stalin with Lenin. Maybe I thought of Lenin in my head when they were saying it. I was thinking of Lenin instead of Stalin. Well, either way, I still think he's joking.
Lenin would have another stroke at the sight of somebody like Nick Fuentes.
I think
I can say that because I've read a fair amount of the shit that he actually wrote.
Yeah, I still think he's trolling though, kind of. Or maybe
yeah, he's jacking around.
Yeah. Either way, okay. There's the other point that Ben's bringing up here. Let's hear it. Here we go.
And it's Joseph Stalin's birthday.
Oh,
I'm a fan.
You're a fan of Stalin's.
Mm-hmm. Always an admirer, but we don't need to go into that. I guess. Like,
well, that's okay. Let's get back. We'll circle back to that.
But he will grill Ted Cruz about the population of Iran. Tucker Carlson will have on Vladimir Putin's evil anti-American mouthpiece, Alexander Dugin, and then praise him.
Alexander Dugin is a 62-year-old Russian academic philosopher. He spent his life in Moscow. He was an anti-Soviet dissident as a young man. And now he is famous the world over, in the English language press anyway, as, quote, Putin's brain. But he is not a political figure here in Russia. He is, once again, a philosopher. And his ideas are deeply offensive to some people. In August of 2022, his only daughter was murdered in Moscow when a car bomb killed her. U.S. intelligence says she was murdered by the Ukrainian government, and we take that at face value. But what's interesting is that, once again, Alexander Dugin is not a military leader. He's not a close daily advisor to Vladimir Putin. He is a writer who writes about big ideas. And for this, his books have been banned by the Biden administration in the United States. You cannot buy them on Amazon. Banning books in the United States because the ideas inside are too dangerous. He's often described, again, in the English language press as far right.
Amazon. That's not a fucking ban.
We'll let you assess. But we wanted to talk to him about some of his ideas, these ideas that are so dangerous that his only daughter was murdered over them, and his book's been banned in the United States.
Some of these people have never heard of BitTorrent.
Tucker Carlson will have on a Hitler-friendly pseudo-historian to minimize the Holocaust and blame Winston Churchill for World War II.
Sorry,
and he will call him America's best and most honest.
I'll send you a link to a better torrent site.
Thank you. I'll be bookmarking that.
The Pirate Bay. Go to the Pirate Bay. Am I wrong?
You're wrong.
That's actually not the Pirate Bay.
Listen, allegedly, Jordan used to get NBA 2K games off the Pirate Bay. Allegedly. And movies I wanted to watch. Non-porn movies, by the way. Regular-ass movies that I couldn't find. Allegedly. It never happened. Never mind. Smoke bomb. Here we go.
Smoke bomb.
I thought Churchill was the chief villain of the Second World War. Now, he didn't kill the most people. He didn't commit the most atrocities. But I believe, and I think when you really get into it and tell the story right and don't leave anything out, you see that he was primarily responsible for that war becoming what it did, becoming something other than an invasion.
His hand
of Poland.
okay? What the fuck?
You know, Germany.
His pinky looks broken.
They put themselves into a position, and Adolf Hitler is chiefly responsible for this, but his whole regime is responsible for it, that when they went into the East in 1941, they launched a war where they were completely unprepared to deal with the millions and millions of prisoners of war, of local political prisoners and so forth that they were going to have to handle. They went in with no plan for that. And they just threw these people into camps, and millions of people ended up dead there.
And that is the pseudo-historian that Tucker Carlson has said is the best and most honest historian in America. Tucker Carlson will have on over and over a pro-Chinese propagandist who used global warming to promote global socialism, all in order to criticize Israel and hug China.
Israel has run American foreign policy in the Middle East for 30 years. That's how it works. This is actually the truth.
Is he trying
If
to
we
shame
drop our
sex?
I don't even know where to begin with this.
Ben's on the. I told you, like I said it. Nick would be an easy target.
I'm worried about Ben now.
Yeah, Nick's an easy target. Tucker's a little bit more difficult because you can't be Ben Shapiro attacking Tucker Carlson. I'm saying, like, on paper, because of the ideas that we know Ben claims to believe in, right? So he can't be the guy going after Tucker Carlson. That's why it looks so fucking ganky and fucking dweeby and stupid.
Yeah,
that's why it
an
looks so
uphill
dumb.
battle at best.
Yeah, it's like on paper, you don't outflank Tucker Carlson as far as like what regular people hear when they hear these guys talk. Sorry, Ben, you don't do that. But he's trying anyways, and it feels like he's dedicated more time.
Ben okay?
You should stick to Nick Fuentes. That was an easy target.
Exactly. Just keep going with the mixtape of Nick Fuentes. You'd be winning right now, Ben. But Tucker's just not going to work. This is going to be a failure.
Tucker's a lot smarter at this game.
Well, once again, to be fair, like, once again, word said out loud, Tucker makes more sense on foreign policy things by a mile than fucking Ben Shapiro does on paper. I'm not saying their intentions. I'm just saying on paper. So it's like, there's no way you could. Sorry, Ben. It's you appealing to your own audience that's already following you anyways, right? But new people are gonna be like, "What the fuck is he doing? What's he saying?"
Well, his livelihood depends on his own little cult.
For all Ben knows, doing this shit, he may have actually just minted a bunch of new Tucker Carlson fans.
Actually, yes, actually, especially if they're like kind of brand newish, right? And they're hearing all the sides out. Like, yeah, Ben, you didn't help yourself at all. But
he shot himself in the foot.
There you go. Get her, Bob. All right, here we go.
This is actually the truth. If we drop our angst on big bad Russia, actually, we didn't have a chance to talk about it this time. Maybe another time, big bad China, which is also not going to invade the United States, not going to threaten us, not going to go to war with us. They got they're trying to deal with aging, and they've got their declining population and many other things. Not that they're falling apart. It's a very impressive civilization, but they're not a threat to the United States, honestly, and Iran is not a threat.
Tucker Carlson, of course, brings on pro-Hamas voices episode after episode after episode. The instances are almost limitless. Tucker Carlson will host Andrew Tate, a pornographer and scam artist who mocks rape victims and preaches a cult of narcissism and cruelty. And, of course, Tucker Carlson will glorify him and present him as a maligned truth teller rather than an emblem of moral rot. See, this is how Tucker Carlson's ideological laundering works. You bring your dirty, ugly ideologies to Tucker Carlson's rhetorical car wash. He mixes it with some of the vestigial respect Americans have for him from his Fox News days, and voila, hideous ideas suddenly become mainstream. And then, of course, Tucker denies he said anything controversial at all. He was just asking questions. He was just interviewing people. You don't want him to cancel people, do you? Of course, there is no First Amendment right to a Tucker Carlson sensual massage. But to listen to Tucker, you'd think there was, so long as you despise America, oppose President Trump's foreign policy, and bear a peculiar dislike of Jews. Tucker Carlson, you see, is a coward. And here is where his relationship with Nick Fuentes begins. With Nick Fuentes, Tucker Carlson is a coward.
I'm going to ask again, is Ben okay?
I think he's calling him a coward for being afraid to say, just say you hate Jews. Just say it. I think that's where Ben's actually like kind of going at. He's promoting certain people to say what Tucker doesn't want to say out loud. Is the idea, right? And it's like, yo, Ben.
This has morphed into a huge cell phone for Ben.
See, this is why I'm wondering if Ben has gone this entire time without knowing about the huge current of anti-Semitism that actually runs through a lot of the political right.
Well,
is it anti-Semitism, or is it just because?
Well, you remember when I explained the concept of anti-Semitic Zionism to you, Jordan?
Sure. That's called Christian Zionism, right?
Yeah, Christian Zionism is one potential current of that.
The major one.
Yeah. Now, like, it's not as prominent as it used to be, although it is kind of making a comeback these days. But it's always been there. Even like during the Reagan Bush years, when all the conservatives on TV were like super serious, buttoned down, well behaved.
Joe, once again, I'm gonna say this again.
It was still there.
Joe, I have to get you out of this the Democratic Party talking point. Like the trickle down motherfuckers, the Kyle Kalinskis in the Humanist Report. I have to get you away from them, Joe. They are rotting your fucking brain on this shit. Christian, it's anti-Semitism in what way? In what way? Let the Jews get destroyed so Jesus comes back as like that? What do you mean?
Unfortunately, yeah, that's
I don't
actually.
think. Do you think those fools
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you think the Hagis and the Posobics and these? Do you think they actually believe that? I don't think they actually believe that.
No, I'm saying that a lot of their audience actually believes that shit.
Well, the audience is, once again, if someone's like genuinely believing in something, you have to deal with that differently than Jack Posobiec lying to people or John Hagee lying to people. It's a different diagnosis, right? And it's those guys like trying to trick people into like, hey, follow us. Follow our direction. But if we dismiss like, hey, you're anti-Semitic, I'm not so sure that's the way to go about things. In my humble opinion. But like, I've heard that, once again, Joe, I've heard that shit 100 times in different areas. That's why I'm like, how come you're saying it right now? Why the fuck are you saying that right now? And it's like, Dan, did you get that from somewhere? Or did you come up with that by just hearing them talk? God? If you know.
It's like whether they believe this shit or not, there are a lot of people who are professing these things in public now.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if Ben Shapiro is just now figuring out how prevalent that sentiment is.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that him just finding out now, honestly.
I don't think
I feel like he's been very sheltered or sheltered himself in a way from that. He hasn't actually been too exposed to it in a way that like affected him.
If it's something religious by these guys, Ben's like, yeah, I know what they believe, but I'll use them to get what I want done because they will send their kids over to fight in wars for if they believe this is the case, right? If they're in that direction. Oh, they'll send their money, they'll send their kids, whatever the fuck, to promote, this thing happening. And if the counterpart's like, hey, yeah, these guys think we work for them, but not really. What we're actually going to do is, use them for our own purposes. Like either way, I would assume they're aware. I just don't see it. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me for a minute.
Well, most claims of anti-Semitism since '45 has been exaggerated. But ironically, Ben's allies are the most anti-Semitic.
Ben's ally? Who?
Right.
Yeah,
Who are you talking
the
about?
Christian Zionists, people like.
Yeah.
You don't think Ben's aware of the idea? You don't think he'd be like, all right, these guys are going to send money, they're going to support, they're going to campaign, they're going to do all this shit for the sake of, a Jewish state called Israel, right? You don't think Ben's aware that he's like, yeah, so thus I can use them.
I'm not saying he's not
it?
aware of it. I'm not saying he's not aware of their existence. I'm saying he might have underestimated the volume.
Well, what's the merits of the anti-Semitism? What is that? What's the merits of it? Like, do you have like an idea you can say?
Anti-Semitic Zionism.
Yeah, like what is it?
You have to convert to Christianity or go to hell. That's basically what it boils down to.
But that's already the guys that Ben's calling anti-Semitic already, right?
Well, anti-Semitic Zionism actually kind of goes back to the very early ideological projects that led to the foundation of Israel. It's Theodore Herzl, who's kind of the intellectual progenitor of a lot of that stuff. He said in some of his writings that he would make use of anti-Semites as political allies to basically give him the kind of excuse he was looking for to found a state of Israel.
Yeah.
No, but that's way different than Ben Shapiro's context, which is I will be teammates with these guys on the surface at least to help boost up the state of Israel. Right? That's way different.
Very German Jewish of him.
On a mechanical level, Ben's basically doing the same thing, but I think he might have underestimated the volume of like very loud, very serious anti-Semites in the room.
A particular flavor of them, yeah. I think he's aware of them, but like I said, I think a particular flavor maybe he didn't have as much exposure to in California.
I need to hear
California.
These ideas. I don't get it.
Have to say it.
I really don't. Like when I see like Jack Posobiec sharing pictures of Palestinians throwing rocks next to Antifa, crying on camera or whatever the fuck. Like, look, they're the same thing. Can't Ben be like, that works for us too? We like that. Him and whatever the fuck he believes in. Like, yeah, I like that. That works for me too. Right?
Well, yeah, because they'll give him a seat at the table. I'm talking about the type of people that like wouldn't even give Ben Shapiro a seat at the table, if you will.
Oh yeah, no, but that's Fuentes.
Yeah.
That's Fuentes.
Well,
yeah, that's Candace Owens.
Okay.
But that's not what Joe's saying. Joe's saying Christian Zionists, as in like John Hagee's. We must protect Israel no matter what. We must do this. God commanded us to do this.
I apologize. I kind of came in the middle. Yeah. Okay.
That's one current of it.
Yeah.
But back in the early half of the 20th century, Israel and a lot of these political Zionists at the time would actually make deals with far-right political parties in a lot of Eastern Europe to forcibly expel a lot of the Jews that were living there.
Eastern, right? There's that context too.
Because
I have heard this idea, but that's way different than American Christian Zionism. That's way different, right? Those guys are like, we need to do this to get Jesus back. My bad, dude. God.
Well, what you're thinking of there, that's a very particular strand of Christian Zionism, because a lot of normies who are in that camp. Yeah.
Like, is he anti-Semitic?
He was.
I don't think he was personally anti-Semitic.
But he was like one of the quote-unquote leading voices in the Christians that support Israel people, which I guess would be Christian Zionism, right?
He was created to do that.
Yeah, I think so.
He was funded by Israel to be a Christian Zionist.
Along with other groups that are not Israeli, also funded him to do the same thing. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to find the anti-Semitism of the.
But it seems that he got quite a funding from pro-Israel groups.
Yeah, but no. We watched Ian Carroll go over the funding, and he would skip over names that weren't Israeli or Jewish. He'd skip over those names, and they were in the top 5 of donors to TPUSA, which was like, to me, I was like, that's kind of dishonest to do. To be real with you,
that's very dishonest.
But like, we're all aware that there's got to be like shadowy, fucking filthy rich motherfuckers that dish out money for their own, political purposes or whatever, right?
Yeah, for their own little pet projects.
Yeah.
And it's a mixture of people. It is
human civilization.
Well, they may have had very shared interest, I bet.
Oh yeah. Well, I think they're gangsters, teammates.
It's this dirty little club they like to have that you and I are not members of. And this club doesn't have a flag. It doesn't have borders. It's anywhere and everywhere they think they can get their grubby little mitts on.
Yeah, I mean,
anyway,
God.
It's like betting on a horse.
I'll give you a somewhat similar example of this kind of thinking.
Okay.
You remember how Vivek Ramaswamy, back during his campaign 2024, his whole gimmick was, I'm the pro-Trump guy? And he got a lot of fucking airplay from Fox News over that.
Yeah.
But he also kind of got a little egg on his face when Ann Coulter said to his face that she still wouldn't vote for him because he's Indian. He's not white.
Don't you dare insult my wife. How dare you? Nah, but go ahead. Yeah, I remember that. I'm aware of it, at least.
So that's kind of a finding out. That's kind of a finding out moment for Vivek. That they're not going to. I think he found out a little bit. Oh, some of these people aren't actually going to pick me, even though I'm prostituting myself to them over and over and over.
Didn't she marry an Indian? Or date?
Who, Anne?
Yeah.
I just know she dated Bill Maher. Or sorry, her and Bill Maher are close friends. That's all I know. I don't know much about her.
I have no idea.
Wasn't she with Dinesh
I've been very
D'Souza?
interested in Ann Coulter's personal life. I've not found out much. So if anyone knows anything, let me know. Thank you.
I don't keep a close eye on either of them, so I could not tell you.
Someone told me
Get
that.
it together, Joe. Get it together.
Someone told me she
I
was
know,
with
I
Dinesh
failed.
D'Souza or something at some point.
Damn.
Which is Vivek Ramaswamy. Is the same fucking person to me. So, okay, I don't know.
You're not wrong.
Whatever. I could be wrong about that.
You're
Whatever.
gonna tell us how you really feel, Allie?
Yeah.
Sound like you got something to say.
No, I'm good. I'll be quiet.
Anyways, Sammy, welcome to YouTube. Would you like?
Oh my god, am I off mute? Dude, you gotta tell me.
Sure are.
We don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know until I hear it in my background.
Me either. Like a dog.
Blue,
barking
get
at
over
him,
here.
like, shut the fuck up. Yeah, get over here.
You're in trouble, Josh.
Exposed.
Big fat trouble.
Blue's in trouble. Blue's in big trouble. Get over here.
Oh shit.
Blue, you're famous now. Congratulations.
No, you got him the cat food. He's in big trouble.
He ate the cat food.
He wants to see how the other side lives.
I was very upset. My energy was bad, clearly.
Boys will be boys, right?
I'm just saying.
Blue's got to eat some cat food. Fun. Anyways, yeah. Do you have like a name? Like before we go back to the video, do you have like a name, Joe, of like someone influencing towards anti-Semitic Christian Zionism? Do you have like an idea, like someone that's trying to push that, and guide an audience in a direction? You know what I'm saying? You have an example of that?
Yo, Ellie.
Yeah.
Huh?
Why are women such klutz?
I don't know. We just are.
Your girl just fell off the couch stretching.
Oh my god. Joe, do you have an answer for that question?
What was the question again? I didn't hear you.
Do you have an example of like a influencer or a commentator or content creator that is going towards anti-Semitic Christian Zionism?
Me. I'm gonna be a content creator. Fuck the Jews.
Holy shit.
Chip, we're in public.
Listen, OJ died a long time ago, okay? Leave the juice alone.
I don't give a fuck where we at, nigga. I stand on business.
And if
niggas want to fucking throw hands, we could throw hands. Niggas fucking don't give a fuck about that over there.
But anyway, to answer your question, Jordan, there are some old school televangelists who would kind of say this shit, and I think you could also find some of this in Jehovah's Witnesses and maybe some Southern Baptists. I want to say
it's not the same thing. We said Christian Zionism, right? Different thing. And Jehovah's Witnesses is way different of a thing. But
well, the motive is different, but
special nonetheless.
The result is the mechanical result, and kind of ends up being similar.
Yeah, I mean, I believe there's a lot that believe that, okay, we do this thing, Jesus comes back, and then he'll teach the Jews the correct way to think and the correct way to believe. I think that's which could be considered anti-Semitic, but like that's way different than abuse for our own means type of thing. Yeah.
Because part of the trouble with this is it depends on what the intention is. Like, if it's somebody who actually believes in this end time shit, like Kenneth Copeland, like John Huckabee, then
Mike Huckabee?
I guess you could say, yeah, Mike Huckabee. Then I guess you could say that they're incidentally useful to anti-Semites.
Okay.
And actually, I actually just remembered this since we're talking about it. I know I said that Israel just historically has made deals with a lot of anti-Semites, but Benjamin Netanyahu is apparently very cozy with a lot of far-right parties in Eastern Europe.
Hell yeah,
And a lot
yeah.
of them have documented histories of anti-Semitism. This is
Allegedly.
where this is where you would find
And
people
Western Europe.
like Viktor Orban from Hungary.
Yes.
Okay.
So not really a content creator or an influencer, but that is some serious institutional power.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I would argue
I
that
agree with
that's
that.
even potentially more serious than some dumbass on the internet.
Yeah, well, I get that point. I get that point. It's just I was looking more in the context of especially what Ben's talking about, right? This arena of American politics and religious crossovers with the politics and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of the thing. It's not really this phenomenon isn't as online as some of the other shit we've been talking about. So I don't have the name of any like popular streamer who just goes around blurting this shit in public. This is, like I said, it's a lot more old school, so it's kind of buried now.
It's like
But
truly
it
an
is still
undercurrent,
there.
though. It's like a foundation, I would say, actually, historically.
Yeah, and that's a good word for it, undercurrent.
Well,
it doesn't rise to the surface very readily, but
No.
if you know what to listen for, you can
Yes.
spot it.
If you
Does
know,
that make
you know.
sense?
Honestly, yeah.
That makes sense. It's just if you can spot it, then you can be like, okay, here's the people in American politics of Christian Zionism also promoting anti-Semitism through kind of a dog whistle, and that's what I'm like
and
yeah,
because of what they preach, I have to fold a lot of televangelists into there as well. So that's where you'd find people like Kenneth Copeland or Pat Robertson or
Hagee.
fucking Jerry Falwell.
Yes, I'm aware of these guys. And Copeland looks like a fucking demon. I think they went over that like it. I don't know when
he acts like one too.
His fucking eyes look crazy as shit.
Yeah.
As he gets on his private
If
jet.
anybody in the audience is wondering, go look up Kenneth Copeland private plane.
There you go.
Look for him getting interviewed by this journalist lady, and you'll see what we mean.
Well,
I was actually worried about that woman's safety for a few moments.
Well, all right. Let's hit play on this. Here's more Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, let's finish this.
Taking L's. Here we go.
Tucker Carlson, you see, is a coward. And here is where his relationship with Nick Fuentes begins, with Nick Fuentes correctly pointing out that Tucker Carlson is a coward. You see, Tucker Carlson, a few weeks back, had on Candace Owens to treat her to his usual ideological laundering services. That's after years of Candace Owens saying things like this.
And it is the case that dinosaur bones, for whatever reason, are always just found by the paleontologist. Like, it's not like you and me walking outside. I'm like, hey, a dinosaur bone. And, or by somebody who's related to a paleontologist.
This is where we're at. Candy feels the need to relitigate dinosaurs.
Yeah. Candace played all of this back, I think, on her own show today.
It was 65 million years ago, Candace. They're gone. Get over it.
No, they're in Yellowstone because we saw it on TV when Kevin Costner's kid found one. Hey, God.
They've been reduced to tiny little bastards with feathers and wings.
Yep. Thank you.
Actually, even then, not all of them have wings.
Oh my God! Not the fucking what's it called? Chupacabra shit again. No.
Now we know what fucking yo. I wouldn't be surprised. That's where they're hiding, yo.
Listen, Bigfoot or nothing.
That's exactly what those fucking things are.
Bigfoot or nothing. I don't want to hear it. Fuck the dinosaurs, bro. Give me Bigfoot. Pause.
I don't know,
I'll
man.
get you a Tsuchinoko for Christmas, Jordan.
Bigfoot's like 10 foot tall. I don't know if you want to fight with a 10-foot fucking gorilla in the fucking forest. I'll take my chance with the 3 to 4 foot chupacabra.
I'm saying neither. How about that? Anyways, so this reminds me of like a
If you were to have a run-in, trust me, you'd want to run into a fucking chupacabra. You stand more of a chance. I don't know how you'd survive with a 10-foot fucking gorilla, nigga. I can't fathom that one.
Smoke bombs. All right. So Bill Hicks actually made like a joke out of this, of kind of the religious sense that God planted dinosaur bones on Earth to trick us to see if you have faith or not. That's like a notorious Bill Hicks joke.
You got the joke wrong, nigga. Stop fucking lying. Now let me
that's
tell
a Bill
the
Hicks
correct
joke.
fucking joke.
All right, go ahead.
So he was down fucking south, and some fucking guy was like, he was talking about the dinosaurs, and the guy goes, God put those there to fucking test our faith. And he's like, man,
Damn, I didn't
I
just say
think
that.
God put you here to test my fucking faith.
That's correct.
That's the punchline at the end, but I was saying the concept, not repeating the joke. Either way, fair enough. Let's continue. Here we go.
Or by somebody who's related to a paleontologist. It's very strange. And then, but it was just convenient for Israel that JFK got shot. It was just convenient, you guys. Totally convenient. It was convenient for Israel, by the way, when the towers went down.
I just want to be clear. Anything happens to me, blame the Zionists. Like 1,000% blame the Zionists. Like let that be my parting word.
I'm waking people up to the fact that pedophiles are in.
Okay. So these parts so far are like kind of weak, kind of like whatever. But this is the Candace mixtape now. But this part, which I heard actually over the weekend, this portion he's about to play, it's very weird. But it's 2025. Some people might like it. Where she's just calling everyone like, see, look, this person, gay. That person, gay. This person as well, gay. See that? It's like, what? What are you drawing up? What conclusion are you getting to? And it's appealing to, religious people that, whatever. You'll see. Here we go.
Let that be my parting word.
I'm waking people up to the fact that pedophiles are in power. Yes. They are literally in power. And that is intentional because then they can be controlled while they are in power. And they are also exhibiting signs of a psychopathology that lets them know that they will do harm to the masses and feel nothing because they were themselves, many of them, raped when they were children. Yep. It is not a coincidence that Justin Trudeau is gay. Obama, gay. Zelensky, gay. Emmanuel Macron, gay and married to a trans man who molested him when he was a child.
It's like, it's no coincidence. They're gay.
Fuck.
Hey, Candace, how do we diagnose the problems that are happening in the world? Well, are they gay? Are they gay? That's what they keep calling me in Chicago. They keep calling me gay, and in Chicago, I can't understand it. Fuck you, Candace.
Allie's in Chicago right now. Is she gay?
Yes.
If you're in Chicago, you're kind of gay.
There you go. Chicago turns you gay.
Keep
That's
this
the level of analysis
pizza.
we're dealing with.
What is St. Patrick? They painted blue.
Yep.
I mean, they painted green. The river.
Oh, god damn it.
Gay for. That's why the frogs are all gay.
I eat a lot of Italian beef. Does that make me gay?
I eat glizzy. A shaboy. Eat shaboy.
This is adorable. Like, this makes me want to give Candace a hug.
Yeah, I got 3 shaboys in his mouth.
That's so fucked up. It just gave you, like, in the world, like, hearing that, you're like, what? I didn't... Like... I was like, I didn't do nothing wrong. I'm on your team, Candace. What the hell, bro?
You can tell Dubster that I just gave his dream girl a hug.
All right, here we go.
Well, Candace Owens had recently hosted Nick Fuentes, and this led Tucker Carlson, in an attempt to dissociate from Fuentes, to label him a weird little gay kid operating from a basement and a Fed as well.
That's obvious to me. I've been
I
around
don't
a long
understand it.
time. I know it when I see it.
Yeah, and I will say I don't understand it. We were very
Little
kind
gay
to him.
kid
Like,
operating in a
we almost
basement
said,
full
like,
of wet ass
we
P
thought
word.
maybe he was a bit lonely. We should invite him back for dinner. I mean, that's how good of an experience I had.
Yeah, clearly it's
and
a
then it was a
sad-
180. So it's either A, it's being driven from
They
like
were
a little
shitting on
boy
him, bro.
insecurity, and he just was so worried that he
Kansas
like
is such a
just
shit
went on the
talker,
attack because he doesn't know how to have normal relations after being banned everywhere.
Well, I think there's the kind of
gotta be one element,
the angry gay
or-
kid thing going on.
Not
Yeah.
that.
Well, Nick.
That shit was so fucked up and actually, he's like, oh, you know, he looked kind of lonely, like a really lonely guy. So we invited him to dinner, you know, and but he declined. Maybe he's just stuck in the internet somewhere, like internet bubbles, you know, with other incels. And you know, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. It's like, yo, Candace and Tucker, you're both shitting on Nick on purpose. That was not some sort of sympathy, you know, statements. That was to shit on that guy and take him down a peg. Pause.
Nick still played ball, bro.
It is like, hey, Tucker, you got any free time? Just invite me on your show.
Let's talk it out.
All right, there we go. By the way, I bet Tucker lives in like the Hollywood Hills, but he makes the set look like the Colorado mountains or some shit like that.
Yellowstone.
It makes it look like Yellowstone. Meanwhile, he walks outside. Brad Pitt's walking his dog or something. He's like,
Yeah. Inside it sounds like oak and sandalwood shit. They're trying, or like
Hey, Tucker,
cigars.
what
Trying to
up?
keep it real fucking oaky and
Nah.
earthy and shit.
Brad Pitt's like, he's doing lines of strippers' asses, garage doors open.
And somewhere James Woods is fucking a stripper.
like, I bet the audience is probably confused. You guys haven't picked the team. Like, whose side are you on? I'm like, none of them. I'm not on any of these fucking people's side.
all suck.
They're probably confused by that. Like, I've heard statements like that. Like, how come you guys didn't pick a side yet, huh? Like, it's Ben, fucking Tucker, Candace, and Nick. Like, what team do I pick in that?
People.
Get the fuck out of
Yeah,
here.
right. What fuck? What a
We're
spread of
trying to
bullshit.
figure out what
Crazy.
fucking planet they're from.
How much do I
I
want
hope
my
the audience is
how much do I
confused.
want my upper lip to smell?
That's such an old school fucking joke, Anthony. You are born in the 60s, aren't you?
Yo, freak you, bro.
We used to say, I used to say that shit in third. My friend DeWitt used to say that shit in third grade. So I was like, what's that smell? I was like, it's your upper lip.
This is like a spectrum of how bad you want it to smell.
Anthony,
Think
were
that's
you
the word.
raised by the TV Land channel when you were a kid?
I dabbled.
Raised by Death Wish and Die Hard and
Anthony,
Sly
do you believe in
movies.
Jesus?
I was Mr. Rogers.
Sly movies
Anthony,
and Sinatra music.
Do you believe
Yeah.
in Jesus?
I believe in our Lord and Maker. Yes, sir.
Well, you're gonna meet him.
You're gonna meet it.
Shout out to 80s, 90s action movies. All right.
Yeah, shout out to Charles fucking Bronson.
Hey, pal. Hey, pal. All right, here we go.
That's right.
Fuentes did
I
not
also do Charles Bronson.
What you looking at, pal?
Yeah, I do the Macho Man.
That's right. He also does the Macho Man. But enough fucking around. Let's actually finish this video.
Thank you, Joe. You heard my cries. Here we go.
Kindly to this. After all, here was Tucker Carlson, a man Nick Fuentes
is a
correctly
giant
sees
mixtape.
as a
There's
fellow
no,
traveler,
like, commentary,
dismissing him,
really.
all the while refusing to say the sorts of things for which Fuentes takes slings and arrows. And so Fuentes unleashed on him as a fraud and also as an expert on gaslighting.
Tucker is like the goat of gaslighting. But unironically, he goes up at the memorial and said, Charlie Kirk told the truth. You know who else told the truth? Jesus. And you know what happened? He got killed by Jews. And people said, so are you saying that the Jews killed Charlie Kirk in the way that they killed Jesus for telling the truth because they hate the truth? And Tucker said, I never said that. You're crazy. I never said that. Everyone eats hummus. What do you mean? Everyone runs Jerusalem. But I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth.
That one from Ben for sure.
Listen, he failed with his, well, other than one clip from Candace, the rest is like kind of failed. I guess Candace going at Nick is a funny ass clip too, but like the Tucker clips kind of failed. The Nick one's hit.
Yeah.
And now he's going, like, I got to come back to the Nick clips again.
Yeah, come back to Nick. That's the way to close it out because the other ones kind of failed. But still, he's fumbling it, but it's like the Nick ones are the best, at least.
Oh,
Because it's like, you just listen to Nick, his own words speak for themselves.
He speaks
Really
better
have to say
than he
much.
does.
Nick just says wild ass shit with no
Whores.
No remorse.
exactly. But here we go.
Jerusalem. But I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth.
What?
Tucker Carlson says, I have so many trust funds, I never have to work. Tucker went to a $45,000 per year private high school, then a $45,000 per year selective Ivy League school in New England. Tucker Carlson's daddy was a Reagan appointee. And then, after years of bragging about being an elite, bragging about being so out of touch and so rich, now he's going to be the spokesperson for all the white people. Now he's going to roll up his sleeves. I just like to hunt and fish in my log cabin. I care about Klarna and credit card debt. But then when it comes to me, I'm one of the real disaffected white people. You want to talk about me and them? I am them.
Well, there was one big problem for
He didn't
Tucker
play the
Carlson and all
part.
this.
No,
Nick
he
Fuentes is
didn't do it.
absolutely.
You didn't play the part. Oh, you're going to call me a gay kid in Chicago? Huh? Like, you didn't play it. You got to play that part, man. Fuck. Whatever.
Nah, Ben. That might trigger Ben, too.
Whatever. Here we go.
Well, there was one big problem for Tucker Carlson in all of this. Nick Fuentes is absolutely 100% correct. Tucker is a coward, and Tucker's audience, much of which he shares with Nick Fuentes, knows it. And so Tucker hit upon a final stratagem. He let Nick Fuentes cuck him. He brought Nick Fuentes on to legitimate his ideology. He signal boosted Fuentes, glossed him, shined him, presented him to the world, all to protect his own reputation with his online base. A base he's competing over with Nick Fuentes. Of course, Tucker has a right to do all of this for the 100th time. He can do what he likes. This is America. But there's no question that Tucker has become the most virulent super spreader of vile ideas in America. And the rest of us who oppose those vile ideas have every right to call him that. There's one other element here that's even darker, if possible. Tucker Carlson preys on the friendship he proclaims with others, and then he knifes them directly between the shoulder blades when convenient for him. Tucker Carlson is, in short, a terrible friend. Tucker Carlson was supposedly Charlie Kirk's friend. Charlie believed that Nick Fuentes was vermin. That's a direct quote. He believed that because Nick Fuentes dedicated his life to destroying Charlie Kirk and TPUSA from the inside. In fact, here's Nick Fuentes describing Charlie Kirk the month before Charlie was murdered.
Charlie Kirk cannot call himself a Christian anymore.
It's a million mixtapes
you
you can make
forfeited
on this,
that.
straight up.
I do not want to hear, and you cannot allow
Oh yeah, the fucking
Charlie
blood feud
Kirk
alone
to
between
go
Nick
to
and Charlie.
one more public event,
Dude,
one
they-
more question and answer, one more ask me anything, without being protested, without being shouted down, without being interrogated about this. This guy goes around from campus to campus in the most artificial and phony and fake way.
And here is Nick Fuentes describing how he destroyed TPUSA from the inside.
He's got to play the fake Christian part, right? Charlie Kirk is a fake Christian. Ben has to have that clip, right? Let's find out. Here we go.
Whether he chooses to confront me or not, whether he has dignity and honor or not, it's just a matter of time. My ideas are already there. I've already impregnated your organization.
I came up with
I took
these.
Turning Point USA and I fucked it.
I
took your
impregnated it.
organization. I took your baby, Turning Point USA, and I fucked it.
You fucked the baby, Nick?
And I've been fucking it.
That's concerning.
And that's
I
why
fucked
the
the baby in his TPUSA.
That's why your whole crew, that's why the people around
Freud
you,
would
that's
have
why
had
your
a
chapter
field day with this
presidents, that's
kid.
why your attendees, they're all groypers.
And here's Nick Fuentes calling Charlie Kirk unpatriotic and talking about how he's a retarded idiot. and saying all firepower should be focused on
Another
Charlie
naughty
Kirk.
word.
I think a lot of people are starting to
Jordan, this guy knows
Charlie Kirk is
business.
not the patriot that he says he is. And so I look at what happened last night and I think to myself, this is totally a doable operation. You know, Charlie Kirk in the grand scheme of things is just some retarded idiot. The dog is terrified. I had to go upstairs and reassure him because I'm screaming at my screen, calling Charlie Kirk a bitch and everything. The contrast could not be more clear. Charlie Kirk is a totally unexceptional human being.
I got a job for you. We need you to help me rescue that dog from the clutches of Nick Fuentes.
I hear a child speaking right now. Like that's who I'm hearing when I'm hearing Nick talk. And I called him an asshole. Like I hear like a child. Now he grew up.
I'm
he has
sorry.
more confidence in
is
himself.
this 2006?
No.
Is this 2006?
No, he's like.
That's what it feels
he's like 5 in 2006.
It was like 2017, 18 probably. I don't know. But it's definitely before he found his confidence.
Fuentes. Yeah, it's like his like basement era. Definitely like. I think there's like members of his audience that look back on that very fondly.
Oh yeah, I bet there are. I bet a lot of them are 40-something years old. But all right, here we go.
Yes. On the higher dimension, right? Which is Christ versus the devil. Who does Charlie Kirk serve? You know, is he really a Christian? Is he really Christ-like when he supports foreign wars and Israel and all this? Look at the people he's taking money from. You know, so the guy's a fake Christian. The guy's not a patriot. He hates our country. He's un-American. Let's focus all our firepower on Charlie Kirk. Why are we doing this? It's because Charlie Kirk is a fake patriot, a fake Christian, and he hates his people. He's anti-white. This is our angle.
Nick Fuentes despised Charlie Kirk.
Ben could have did it with the Crowder too, but him and Crowder right? I think him and Crowder have a beef. Or maybe it's Daily Wire and Crowder have a beef.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no. You know what that was?
It was a money dispute, wasn't it?
Yeah, and Steven tried to turn it into this whole fucking thing about, like, free speech or how that contract was basically slavery.
Yeah, but he's actually just wants more money, probably. To be honest, but it's whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought for a moment something new happened because
I
Crowder's really not on anyone's radar these days, is he?
I mean, I just did a video on him debating Dave Smith, and people were calling me and Dave the dumb ones, and Steven Crowder the smart ones, which means
okay, that's news to me.
All hope is lost.
Crowder won. Crowder wins always.
All hope is lost.
Like Dave's on the right
all
too,
hope
right? Like,
you enter here.
Yeah, well, Dave positions himself to not be though.
The dumbest among us are prominent.
Like Dave's like, yeah, fuck the SJW, fuck the SJWs, fuck the,
Chase a libertarian approach.
Men and girl sport. Right, he says fuck that too. Right.
Yeah.
Is he doing that enlightened centrist garbage?
He's quote unquote
has he
libertarian.
Abandoned his libertarianism or no? Is he embracing it still? Or do you try to like siphon it
he's
into?
a very staunch libertarian.
I think he's
That's what I thought.
still in the same arena. Yeah.
Okay.
But he's not quite neocon, and Crowder is. And Crowder got mad at Dave for trying to argue non-neocon points. Even though Dave he's dog shit at debates to me. Kind of dog shit at it, but Crowder is like he shouldn't. Whatever. He shouldn't look bad in front of Crowder. He should destroy Crowder, but he didn't, and it is what it is. Let's keep playing. Here we go.
That's depressing.
This is our angle.
Nick Fuentes despised Charlie Kirk. And for good reason, because Charlie Kirk actually opposed Nick's evil program. Here's what Charlie Kirk had to say about Nick Fuentes' agenda.
Which is crazy.
But if you go back to the original founding fathers, they intended this to be a European nation for white men of good stock and character.
So, can you show me? Let me answer the question. Can you show me where in the United States Constitution it says that?
It wasn't in the Constitution.
It wasn't in the Constitution because they didn't believe it.
The founding.
What does the phrase "e pluribus unum" mean? What does the phrase "e pluribus unum" mean?
Why is that relevant?
because it was on every founding document and presidential seal from our founding, which means out of many, one. You, sir, and your ideology is not conservative. It is right-wing, identitarian, and has no place in the conservative movement, my friend. Get out of line. Get out of line.
Fuck out of here.
What the fuck is he trying to be Gordon Ramsay? What is this?
That was a little Gordonish. How dare you, Joe?
Oh, fuck.
No, but remember when, this is way back actually. Remember when Charlie was doing like tours and he had I think it was like like a veteran, but it was like a gay black dude. It's like, listen, conservatives, we like gay people too. So he brought this dude on tour with him as like, he wasn't just like token black, he's token gay too. To do tours with Charlie Kirk to tell us, see guys, we're open to different people. It's about voting Republican. That's all that matters because the left has gone insane. That's what Charlie Kirk was doing. And these Groper fools would show up to these events and shit out, wearing a suit and holding a rosary. And he'd go up there and just give them speeches and shit. Like, how can we support Israel so much, huh? Why's this gay man on stage with you, Charlie? What's going on here? Like, they would do that shit, bro. Same with Crowder. Although Crowder didn't have the gay dude on. It'd be Crowder just doing like college campus auditoriums.
He is the gay kid.
Jordan. In this scenario, Crowder is the gay dude.
He is the gay dude.
But yeah, they do that up and down campus. Like they were essentially like cameos at all these guys' events, kind of the mainstream Republican events. But as time went by, these mainstream Republican events are dying down because there's no risk to it. Before you had the mainstream, or you had someone in Hollywood crying about what someone's doing, or what words they're saying, what words they're saying, or what hats they're wearing, right? Remember MAGA hats? Like, oh, MAGA hats, bad guy. They complain about it, right? It was hard hitting for these dumb kids. But after a while, it's like, it changed my mind, bro. Fuck off. Prove me wrong. Fuck off. TPUSA, fuck off. Like, you're boring. I'm telling you right now, for kids. Like, this is what I think happened. Like, kids are like, yo, this is not even hard hitting, bro.
Lame as shit. Fuck off is right. It was just boring.
And then,
I'm gonna listen to
Well,
them
the kids
talk.
are seeing a lot heavier shit on.
It's not just WWE, it's like really bad WWE.
Well, like, the Israel-Gaza stuff popped off, and it became like a topic from all different sides were talking about that. And meanwhile,
you can't escape that shit.
The common thing was like, hey, what's really going on here? Not like, oh, Israel has the right to exist, allegedly, or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. It's like the paradigm for that change, or not the paradigm, the goalpost change for that conversation too.
Once those IDF soldiers started live streaming their crimes in high definition.
Yeah, and guys like Charlie were like, go back to sleep. Yeah, there's no way around it. To where guys like Nick and people that eventually, like Candace and Tucker, where it's like, you guys can't ignore this story, although you're trying to, right? Charlie Kirk was trying to ignore those stories. Obviously, Steven Crowder trying to avoid and ignore those stories, like on and so forth. But you could tell what they do and who pays them and all that shit. You could tell, like, very quickly. So their shit was like getting dry as far as like the idea of owning leftists. It's more of like, look what these guys are doing. We're giving them money for it. What the fuck, right? That kind of changed everything. Especially with someone like Ben Shapiro, where like he's full-throatedly, like he's not even hiding it. He's like, yeah, we need to support these guys. If you support Palestine, if you say free Palestine, that means you love Hamas, right? He's just like full-throatedly doing the fucking thing. But Crowder had to hide it. Crowder had to hide it. Charlie Kirk had to like hide it, essentially. That they're pushing those narratives.
Steven also had some. He also had some other more interesting things going on around that time.
That was a divorce thing and whatever. Didn't look into it too much. It's whatever. He's been bad enough with his own words.
All I know is that he was really abusive to his wife and that he would like flash his dick at people in the office.
Okay, that's crazy.
Like, a lot.
I didn't want to know that. But
yeah, not just once or twice. This was a regular thing.
He keeps going.
And that's the reason I started making jokes about Steven Crowder being gay.
I heard that from Owen Benjamin initially. I didn't care too much, honestly. But Owen Benjamin was definitely spreading
Everybody was making those jokes, believe me.
Well, Owen was doing it before that because he used to work there. He's like, "Yo, guys, super secret here right now, but yeah, he's gay."
He
Crowder's gay.
he probably opened a text message from Steven and saw a little sausage there.
Oh my god. All right, let's continue. Here we go.
Yeah.
I don't platform
enough
trolls.
Fucking around.
And I don't platform and I don't discuss people or I don't debate with people that are not good faith actors. And
you debate Maoists and people who champion.
They can keep on yelling at how successful we are and our big events and well over 1,000 employees. But there's a lot of jealousy out there. We build, they complain. We succeed, we win. They blame the Jews.
After Charlie's death, TPUSA made Tucker Carlson one of its chief faces. Tucker, of course, spoke at Charlie's memorial.
We win, they lose.
He implied
that
Cohen was eating nefarious Jews from Charlie, with no mention of the ideology of the actual alleged murderer, who was, of course, a trans activist gay furry. Tucker Carlson, in fact, has spent more time talking about Jews and Israel since Charlie's death than about the Trans-Tifa ideology that motivated Charlie Kirk's killer. By a long shot, it's not close, which is not a surprise, since he seems to spend very little time these days attacking anyone on the left. Well, now Tucker Carlson has seen fit to launder Nick Fuentes, the person who hated Charlie most and who wished him destruction. That's not an act of friendship. It's an act of sick evil. And then, of course, there's Tucker Carlson's relationship with the vice president. Certainly, Vice President Vance has been quite generous with Tucker Carlson. That loyalty was not reciprocated last week, to say the least. Here, for example, is what Nick Fuentes has said about J.D. Vance's wife, Usha.
Andrew Tate and Bronze Age pervert and all these people for years, all they talk about is going to the gym, being a vitalist, fighting the Matrix. India smells bad.
Nick as a scapegoat for somebody. Like, this is the context. This is being used to like destroy Tucker. It's not a politician. It's not someone that matters. Fucking Tucker. He's making this mixtape for Tucker.
It's almost like Ben saw what I saw, where I'm like, Nick, you have a million clips of wreckage, right? But he has to take Tucker down too. And those clips failed, but now he's like back to doing like a midway thing where it's like, okay, it's taking down Tucker through Nick type of thing.
The same Nick Tucker called a gay kid gay little kid from Chicago.
Like, has Ben even said, like, where's your part in the video, Nick? Or, sorry, Ben. It's like a giant mixtape. Straight up. All right, here we go.
Tate and Bronze Age pervert and all these people for years, all they talk about is going to the gym, being a vitalist, fighting the Matrix, India smells bad, all this kind of shit. And now they're all in favor of a fat race mixer who's married to a Jeet who named his son Vivek, who was mentored by a Jewish neocon and a gay fed, Peter Thiel. This guy has a non-white wife and a kid named Vivek. This guy is
so much material with Peter Thiel, and he picks the gay stuff.
I don't think so. This guy's going to defend American identity.
What do we do with him? He's adorable.
You slammed J.D. Vance for having an Indian wife. Yet Trump's wife is an immigrant who was working here illegally for a time. His son is half foreign, bilingual, and holds dual citizenship. Yet you give him a pass. You're either a hypocrite or just retarded.
She's white. Dude, she's white. If we had millions of Slovenian supermodels immigrating to America, I don't think we'd have a big problem with it.
Irony.
Tucker Carlson had on Nick Fuentes and did not ask him a single question about any of this. He just brought him on to launder his ugly ideas and make him more popular. That doesn't seem quite like the act of a friend.
I think I'm like...
Which, finally, brings us to the Heritage Foundation. Now, I have a long and admiring relationship with the Heritage Foundation. One of the very first outlets to pick up my syndicated column when I was 17 years old, 24 years ago.
Nick is funny when he's being stupid,
and a property of the Heritage Foundation.
It's always the same handful of notes he plays.
That's most of them. It's the same shit. It's boring.
Like, I already feel like we've gone through most of his catalog.
Maybe that's what the content and like uptick is. It's forget about Nick. It's more so like, what are people saying about Nick? Might be the new content meta, which is
it's also horrifying.
It's boring, also boring. But all right, here we go.
Leadership very well, and I have for decades. I know Kevin Roberts, and I like him. And
I'm here for Ben
Shapiro.
Shapiro.
To the conservative
I'm
movement.
getting no Ben Shapiro.
If you're a
I'm
regular
getting
watcher
a
of this show,
mixtape
you
of
will
other
check the
people.
interview I did with Kevin on the release of his book just last December. Which is why what Kevin Roberts did last week is tragic and awful. He put out a statement that Heritage Foundation didn't just stand by Tucker Carlson. Kevin instead said openly and repeatedly that Tucker Carlson can do nothing, ever, that will sever his relationship with the conservative movement. He said that after and in defense of Tucker's glossing of Hitler defender Nick Fuentes. And he added that only members of the globalist class, direct quote, a venomous coalition, direct quote, subject to the dictates of someone else's agenda, direct quote, oppose Heritage's ongoing relationship with Tucker Carlson, which means that according to Kevin Roberts, apparently, anyone opposing the ongoing mainstreaming of Tucker Carlson is acting on behalf of a foreign power. Kevin's statement is a betrayal of the Heritage Foundation's history and principles, which is presumably why both Tucker Carlson and Nick Fuentes loved it. And that's a tragedy, because America needs a robust conservative organization based on principle and ideas, not personal loyalty to bad actors like Tucker Carlson.
Oh, shit.
We need strong leaders in the conservative movement willing to speak out against the moral rot that threatens our future. I hope Kevin Roberts and Heritage show us that they can still be those leaders. But if not, we'll have to look elsewhere. So, why is all of this happening? Because, like the Democratic Party, the Republican Party is being eaten by its radicals. Many in the political class are too cowardly to stand up. Apparently, they're willing to play footsie with groypers and hug Tucker Carlson out of fear of somehow losing support. They've been bamboozled by the lies of the X algorithm and the TikTok metrics. The left followed its radicals to electoral hell. Apparently, many on the right wish to do the same. Forget the morality, then, for just a moment. Let's be pragmatic. Here is the thing. Americans hate Nick Fuentes' philosophy. They think it's trash. Republicans, by the polling, think it's trash. Independents think it's trash. Democrats think it's trash. And here's the other thing. Americans hate Tucker Carlson's laundered anti-Americanism. Republicans think it's trash. Independents think it's trash. Democrats think it's trash.
He's lying right
Americans are not pro-segregation, pro-rape, anti-woman, pro-child marriage.
No one views Tucker the same as Nick Fuentes. You fucking idiot. He's lying. Well, I can call him dumb, but he's actually just lying. He's a dishonest little fuckface. As usual. Like, God,
This
Ben,
is
aren't you
like-
fucking bored? Christ's sakes, man.
This is ironclad proof that wisdom does not come with age.
No.
Like,
You would think he'd be bored, right?
No, it's like, we all die one day, right, Ben? Is it worth it, what you're doing right now? Is that fun or enjoy? Maybe it's like off camera. He has awesome vacations or something like that. But something tells me that he's actually like dedicated to some degree to this bullshit. In which case, I'm like, yo, what's your fucking point here then? What is your point, Ben? Fuck. What gets you up in the fucking morning, Ben? It's major pause. Yeah, major pause. Hey, come on, bro. He wouldn't survive this Discord, which is sad, because we're just regular ass motherfuckers, bro. It's sad. Oh, well, Hey, Ben, they killed 20 kids yesterday. What do you think about that? Well, it didn't happen. It's like, that's what you're living? Is that why you're alive, man? For that? Defend bombs blowing up children? Is that your fucking purpose in life? You sad fucking person. No wonder you knocked yourself out with a fucking punching bag. No wonder. It makes sense. Ben's,
is that real?
Yes, it is. Ben's biggest bully is Ben.
God.
You dummy. Fuck. All right, here we go.
I'm starting to feel a little bad, like I'm picking on somebody who can't fight back.
Well, like, I'm looking at this.
Normal, Jordan.
Oh yeah, Joe. I'm looking at this. I'm like, yo, Tucker, Candace, Nick. I see unlimited ammo. Unlimited. You could destroy these fools all over the fucking place. Unless you're Ben. Then you can't. And it's like, yo, what type of life you're living to where these fools might outflank you somewhere? Ben. What life are you fucking living at that point? It's like, that's fucking sad. That is sad. And you better fucking be all in, Ben, by the way. If you had $0 to your name, you lived in the fucking streets, Ben, you better hold on to those fucking ideas. If I hear you flinch on them, I'm like, yo, you're full of shit the entire fucking time, weren't you? Someone made you do this. Or mesmerized you with trinkets and money and, you know, whatever the fuck you got for yourself. If all Ben had was a piece of bread and some water to his name, he better be saying the same fucking ideas. That I don't believe. That I don't believe. When he's comfortable, do I think he believes what he believes? Yeah, kind of, basically. If you take that away, watch that idea crumble right in his fucking hands. And that's a sad statement for someone that's supposed to believe in something beyond all this. A bigger idea. A bigger story. That's sad. But it's also Ben, who's fucking sad. God. Embarrassing. Actually embarrassing. Like, quit your fucking job and do something else, man. Seriously. Go do something else, Ben. You actually need to, like, quit your fucking job. Do something else.
He could do that, too.
He should.
He's got fuck off money.
I would say take your wife and kids and go to the Caribbean, but not a safe place right now. Go somewhere else. Go somewhere else. We're blowing up boats that you also probably support, Ben. So yeah, don't go to the Caribbean. Don't go like scuba diving out there. A fucking U.S. drone might hit you. All right, here we go.
Anti-black, anti-Jew, anti-Indian, anti-Latino, anti-Constitution, pro-Hitler nutjobs like Nick Fuentes. And Americans are not pro-Putin, pro-Iran, pro-China, pro-Venezuela, pro-Hamas, pro-Fuentes, pro-Tate idiots like Tucker Carlson. They hate this vile garbage. If Republicans decide to cower before the likes of neo-Nazis and their propagandizers, they deserve to lose. And they will lose. Neo-Nazis and their propagandizers are not Republicans. They are not America First. They are not MAGA. They sure as hell aren't conservative. These people aren't to my right. They are not attached in any way to the fundamental principles of conservatism. And these people have already declared themselves to be my enemies. I'd be a fool not to take them seriously. If they get their way, they will hollow out the Republican Party, lead it to electoral catastrophe, and empty it and the country of any semblance of decency in the process. My answer is no. No to the Groypers. No to their publicists like Tucker Carlson. No to those who champion them. No to demoralization. No to bigotry and anti-meritocratic horse shit. No to anti-Americanism. No. This is our country. This is our party. And this is our conservative movement. And I will not stand by while it is handed over to those who betray the most fundamental principles I have spent my entire life defending and advocating.
Without knowing why.
That is a path to defeat and a path to moral oblivion. I reject it because if we lose the right, we will lose to the left. And either way, we'll lose the country. I'm Ben Shapiro. This is The Ben Shapiro Show.
He can't help himself.
Well, he's full of shit, Joe. Somewhere he knows that deep down. He's like, yeah, man, I'm full of shit, bro. And somewhere he has some level of like, what ifs? Like, what if? I have to assume he's aware of that. But either way, okay. The best I get from this video is, in my humble opinion, it's gonna kickstart things. It's gonna be reacted to by all the people mentioned in here and people that aren't even mentioned in here. Well, I'm reacting to it, but I'm saying like before it actually gets to that level, it will get to that level. I'm just saying.
I'm sure Nick Fuentes will fucking.
Oh, it's a W for him.
Yeah,
easy win for him. Yeah, I said it. right?
This is just free advertising for his nonsense.
Tucker is gonna have the field day of field days. Ben's gonna look stupid.
Tucker could do this in his sleep.
And let's be honest, like these guys are they do. Most importantly, the audience. Man, oh man. See, here's the thing: like they're gonna get mad at us for talking too much about this. That's the crazy part. That's what I expect to happen. They'll be mad that we're talking too much about this. It is what it is. I can't understand. Okay, here's the thing I can't understand, and it's on the surface. It's not like the deeper analysis here. It's just on the surface. Only Candace and Tucker. They're the only winners from Ben's video. They're gonna win from this. Like right, they come off at like Nick was already like DOA, right? That's been said a million times here. But Candace and Tucker, they look better because of how stupid Ben's statements about them are. Right? It's like how like you can see he's like trying to like wring a towel, like a damp towel, trying to wring water out of it. You know what I'm saying? That's where Ben's at, and it's not gonna work. In fact, it's gonna re-embolden more and more Candace and Tucker fans. But Nick, Nick, you're taking an L right now, bro. You're gonna get an L. Not a big L, pause, but like you'll take a somewhat of an L because these clips have Ben could have played actually 10 times more of the clips if he wanted to. They exist. But either way, yeah. Well, Nick was never gonna get any Ben fans anyways, right? I don't think so. But maybe he kind of used like Nick to say, "Hey, look how bad Tucker is talking to this guy." But Tucker never really like agreed with some of Nick's stuff. Actually, did very pillow soft pushback on him. But either way, like people are gonna be like, "Don't blame fucking Tucker for this, Ben. Fuck you." And don't you support a genocide, Ben? What's going on here? Right, so Ben's not gonna have much room there, but I guess with Nick, he might get somewhere. And I don't know. I want to say this video feels like a waste of time, but it doesn't. It's not a waste of time. At the same time, it's just.
I feel a little dirty after this.
I'm gonna sit back and watch them all dance. That's what I'm gonna see happen. You know, someone's gonna respond to this video. Candace already did, but more people will. And then then Ben and his side's gonna have rebuttals, and then it's gonna become, these are the guys, these are the voices of our times. Meanwhile, they're all spilling nonsense out loud. But it is what it is. I'll leave it there. There's your video. Please subscribe if you feel like. Comment, agree, disagree. I mean, yeah.
Tell us if you guys think that the Daily Wire is just fucking disintegrating.
Totally. Post a link so I can download that video in a heartbeat.
Yar har har.
This will actually help boost, well, at least Ben, as far as the reactions that will happen from it. So just like Nick did with Tucker, right? And Candace when they called him, "Oh, Nick's a Fed. He's a gay kid in Chicago," and Nick turned that into, "How dare you? How dare you?" And he gave this like compelling speech, right? So maybe that worked for Ben too. Although once you're done with the phenomenon of Ben versus these three individuals, what's Ben going to offer you? And the answer is not much. But when it comes to Nick is quiet, a little bit of shifting and a little bit of shifting in his narrative that kind of provides like a silver lining to where it feels like, man, maybe Nick is viable as a guy, as a leader. Although I don't think it'll play out in the long run because
he's a disaster.
Well, imagine someone with credibility and not Ben Shapiro. Imagine someone else showing Nick's mixtape. It's over.
He's the only one. He gives Ben more credibility by proxy than Tucker or Candace.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. But, yeah. But Nick will actually not just survive this. He'll initially boost off of it, but at the same time, like now people are aware a little bit more that there is a mixtape there that you can make, and thus, if you don't like Nick Fuentes, but you're not a dumb fuck, like Ben Shapiro, boom, you're good. If you're like considered like an okay person, not like Ben Shapiro, and you show Nick's mixtape, they'll be like, yeah, fuck Nick. Nick's trash. Fuck that guy. He's terrible. Just right now, it's Ben saying it, so that's why it's maybe viewed a little bit different. Either way, say what you want in the comment section. I don't even know. Don't forget to share, support, hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Also, please check out the Discord link if you want to join that. All opinions are welcome, so please join if you feel like. And everything that was shown here will be linked in the description box for you to read or watch on your own or read on your own. So please take advantage of that. And most importantly, with all that said, this long ass fucking video, give this video a thumbs down. Yeah. Give it a Chicago thumbs down.